And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
While you guys are looking at your spells and stuff, I'm going to do a little overview of what happened in the last episode. So Scrubbergog played a slightly more passive role. So we're going to see what happens to her, and I'll improvise something basically, and you can pick it up as a way of you coming back. It'll be fun. So Wood and Scroungemore and Maeve had just finished helping the labourer whose husband was wrongfully convicted. Yeah. Wood was almost sold into slavery, but they luckily escaped after a series of animal transformations and mishaps.
Great.
And they proceeded to hang out in their, rescuee's house for a little while, had a little sleep, had some cornbread. Then they sort of explored the town and started to chase down perhaps these merchant princes might be of help. And they ended up at a tavern where they met Volo, the sort of gregarious author of the Guide to Everything. And he told them he could give them an introduction to one of the merchant princes that could help them under the auspices of purchasing one of his books. So then they followed this caravan filled with coloured bears and proceeded to talk to the leader of the caravan, who said he had a very important package to deliver to one of the merchant princes, which they later discovered to be a deck of cards that was carried on this velvet pillow.
Interesting.
They negotiated with the guards outside the palace, and eventually, with Volo's help the next day, they managed to get into the palace and meet with one of the merchant princes, who managed to recruit Scroungemore's help in being a guinea pig for this deck of cards and its various powerful effects.
So good.
He then drew two of the cards.
Shit, I'm still cursed.
Yes, which I've adjusted on your sheet, so it should be fine.
What does the curse do?
It's -1 to all saving throws, I think.
Oh, fun.
To all stats?
Oh, just saving throws, yeah. So then after that, they left the merchant prince, and Volo, still nursing a hangover from the night before, bid them adieu rather aggressively, and then they went to... Oh, they had another side quest to pursue, so they went to the Temple of Zavras and rescued Zitembe from some suspicious-looking dark-cloaked figures, who they realized were trying to bully Zitembe into consulting the guides and helping them locate a man called Artis Simba. And Zitembe obviously refused, being a man of values. But then after the group had helped him, he consulted the guides for them. And the vision that he saw, although he'd struggled to get visions previously, was a very powerful vision of a city to the south with an obelisk, and that it was where they were being powerfully drawn to, perhaps in aid of the quests that they are on. So that vision is the last thing that happened in the session.
Great.
All right.
Vision to the south of an obelisk.
Okay, so you guys just came out of that hot room with the fire and the robes where you had the vision, and Zitembe says, "Oh, I must rest, but hopefully that vision has been of help to you. Thank you again for your help and donation." And he sort of takes his leave. And then you see
What a trip.
you see Scrubbergog holding 3 different giant chicken legs in her hands, sort of wander into the temple and notice you guys, still with mouth full of meat.
Where you been, you lazy cur? Big words.
Cur.
I know
Is that a racial
I know
slur?
you can only
No,
manage
it's a
small
dog.
one, so I'll try again. I clasp my beefy hand around puny neck in a semi-affectionate greeting.
You feel threatened but also comforted.
Chicken grace.
Yeah, I enjoy the aroma of chicken.
Succulent.
Right. So we found out about this obelisk to the south. Shall we make a journey, friends?
Yeah, sure. I'm tired of this deadbeat town.
Caitlin seems to have a blank look on her face, Maeve has a blank look on her face, as though the fight and vision that she's just experienced have left her feeling a bit sort of spacey.
Oh.
She's following around kind of blindly what you guys are doing.
Right.
I stuff one of the empty chicken bones into her mouth.
The sustenance will restore.
She has like a 1,000-yard stare, just sort of munching on it gently. You're in the courtyard. You see a bunch of acolytes sort of wandering around in their robes, looking very pious, and you see the bustle of the street beyond. It's got about midday by now.
Okay.
We're just going to go pull up one of the robes and check what's underneath.
Ah.
Okay, make the acolyte sees you coming and tries to scuttle out of the way. So you need to make a dexterity check.
It is.
Got a 19.
19. Okay, let's see what happens. Yes. Yeah, you managed to check the robes. It just looks like a linen loincloth, and they start squealing. Ah, let me go! Let me go!
Consent.
Right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's get this moron out of here before he does any more damage.
The rest of the rest of the acolytes just sort of stare wide-eyed, but don't intervene.
We're sorry.
Okay. Wood, let's sort of gently suggest to Scrubble Dog that we get out of here.
I'll find this very funny.
You are amused.
Come along. Wouldn't it be great to go to the south to a giant obelisk?
I probably know what only mine, but seem to be headed south.
Great! You had such a good idea.
Okay, let's go to the south of the city.
All right, off we go to the south.
Okay, just before I tell you what you see when you leave the temple, I forgot to mention that you spoke to the merchant prince's minion, magical consultant, wizened woman,
Yeah.
and you discussed the death curse that seems to be preventing people from being brought back from the dead.
Oh, that was a problem.
Yeah.
If they had been brought back from the dead before, they seem to be like withering back to that state slowly.
Does that include us?
Probably.
No, you guys have been unconscious. You haven't been
Oh,
dead.
okay. I thought we were dead.
So it doesn't seem to have affected you.
Cool.
Volo doesn't seem to recall it affecting a certain distance beyond this area, so he's like, I'll just go back to the ice lakes. So that's, and then Zatembe basically said, maybe this destination to the south will help with the curse, maybe it won't. The guides aren't that specific. So with that knowledge, you leave the temple, and you see the sort of piazza area that you were in, and you see a bunch of things there. Roll a perception check, everyone, please.
Which ones do we?
It's the D20, and then you add your perception modifier, which is on
11.
one of the list of things.
15 plus 20.
20.
17.
11.
Okay. So, you notice first that there's a notice board that sort of takes pride of place in the piazza, where a bunch of like notices are posted. And with a 20, you seem to notice that they are advertising services of guides. You notice that there's a notice board there as well. There seems to be advertising things, but you're not overly concerned about its guide abilities. You just see, oh, look, a notice board. And you think, why is there a wooden thing in the middle of this piazza?
Ah, a notice board for a guide. Do you think we need a guide to get to wherever we're going?
What are you talking about?
This beautiful piece of wood where someone has handcrafted this wonderful piece of typography advertising some sort of guide.
You've got an affinity for wood, haven't you?
I do. It's a bit sad because it's a dead tree, but you know.
Other than that.
Yeah. It's basically strapping a piece of paper to a corpse.
Oh, why don't you guide us? You love wood so much.
Yeah, do we really need a guide? I don't think we do.
We are pretty clueless though, and we've got this idiot.
I wonder if we could work as guides. We could make some more money.
Where have you been this whole time, you lovely orc?
Getting dinner.
Getting
Well, what's the sign say, Wood?
I believe the sign says that I
You have
forgot.
no idea.
I forgot what the currency is in this.
the ones.
I can read the sign.
All right, Scarborough God, what's the
Make him roll to read.
I'm not going to read it out
You
loud.
can't read.
You can read it. They basically,
Everyone can
you
read.
see these things plastered up on
Oh
the
wow!
on the notice
Frog!
board.
Diggity dog! Oh my god!
I can
Wow.
read his pictures. Look at this woody moron.
Wow, this is basically how much
This isn't orcish, I can't read that.
Why the lure of pillaging the antiquity of Schultz is a temptation. I appeal to those who find fulfillment in doing actual good in the world. I seek to rid the jungle of evil. There are many ruins and ancient temples that must be
Let's hire the midget.
Demoralizing. These
He's a
guys
funny
have a
one.
dinosaur.
Look at this foolish midget.
Oh god, yeah. Why pay for one guide when you can have two for the same price? We have the
No.
smarts, the goods, our own Triceratops.
I do like dwarves.
Our price is 5 gold pieces. My rate, our standard is 5 gold pieces a day with 30-day payment up front. Small portion goes to pay off the merchant price.
This is worse than a
Jump off.
commercial.
Look, there's lots of...
Why don't we hire Oddball?
This guy wants to sneak in a relic known as Moradin's Gauntlet. He
Wow,
wants
this person wants 5 pieces a day.
They all
What the
want
fuck?
5 a day.
No, it's Oh yeah, they're all dead. I thought it was just for 30 days it'd be 5 gold pieces.
Also, just before we go through them, can everyone tell me their passive perception, which is in the bottom left?
Passive wisdom? Passive endurance?
Yeah, it's passive wisdom and perception, it should say.
Right,
I
right.
have 11.
17.
10.
Okay, 17,
You're a real dummy.
10. And you have what? How many?
11.
11.
I'm just focused.
What? On what?
Other
And
things.
and there's another thing that I should find
Can we
out.
hire Boudica?
She wants 30 days up front, which she can't have.
No, we gotta hire this druid guy. I want to learn from this druid.
No, we've already got a druid.
My
Whoever you are.
veggie pygmy companion.
Aren't you a druid?
Yeah.
Where's those two dudes? They haven't
Honestly, if you've got that little self-confidence, you should leave and we'll hire the druid.
Well, I'm free. So.
Everyone wants a 30-day portion up front.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Let's
guy,
hire
we can,
Midget Man.
this guy we can join his quest.
Oh, he's free. Let me read him.
These two are the same cost as Teepee. It's one person.
That's true. Is this a dwarf? The jungle is my home. I know it well. I can guide you anywhere in Shult for a fee of 5 gold pieces.
I also like the man with the head tattoo.
It sounds like a sequel to the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah, this guy's cool.
Look, he looks trustworthy.
He wants payment up front as well.
Mm.
Why don't we join the quest?
This
You've
guy.
got all the gold.
Yeah,
you
that
took
guy.
it from all of us all the time.
Look.
The Lawrence can pay.
I'm not spending any of my... I
Scrounge
don't have any gold.
You have tons.
No, I don't.
You have tons.
I
Well-
want to shake him and see if he rattles.
This thing might be a distraction from our main goal of finding the obelisk.
Why do you keep saying obelisk?
Obelisk. Obelisk, you know? Big, giant, pointy thing. Looks like a phallus. You might recognize it.
It's lots of words and little meanings.
Mm.
Let's hire the lucky one. Give me that.
Okay.
Hooray!
Yes! Fortunes!
We'll do a little shuffly, waffly.
We only
Hire only
like
lucky people.
Yeah.
I'll select 2, and then we can
Negotiate a
fine.
discount.
Alright, number 1.
Yay!
Why don't we do another one then?
Okay, so if that's the one you're going to hire...
Wait.
Oh,
There's gonna be
It's a process.
Everyone
No
no
rush.
grudge match.
This is an old orcish way of settling a dispute.
Maybe we can make them fight each other.
Oh,
Ah, the druid!
no. Goodbye.
We've already got one, Jerry.
Decided.
We've already got one true.
Alright, well, I'd like a veggie pet me too.
So how do we get this guy? What's his name?
Do you have a phone number?
Let me see.
I think his name is
You can't read. Give it to me.
Wave.
Wave! Wave!
That's what it's telling you to do.
There's a building beside the notice board that seems to advertise like navigational services.
Wave might be.
Tom Central.
Guide you anyway. Chult.
Let's get.
Schult is the place that you're in. Well, the area that you're in.
Fine,
Okay.
you should have taken over. Dwarf guy!
Okay, so you go into the building beside it that looks like it's advertising navigational services?
What do we see?
Well, I'm asking
Oh.
if you go into that building.
Yes. We need to find this dwarf
It seems
man.
to be like paired with the notice board.
Do you sell dinner here?
And the lady at the front says, no, just guides.
I think you've just eaten the scrum more.
Hi, I'm Scrunch.
Sorry, Scrubagog. Your name's very similar.
Why don't you wait outside? We'll handle this.
Yeah, we already have one druid too many. So.
No more druids.
I prefer to wait outside, thank you. While you resolve this problem, I'll hang out with Maeve.
We're looking for an ugly white dwarf.
Ah, I see. I know exactly who you want. And she goes back and starts calling, and you hear voices in another language with a lot of clicks in it. And then eventually this guy comes back, and he only comes up to about the height of the counter, and he says, yes, what?
Does he look like that guy?
He does.
I reach out and pull his door handle on his chin.
Make an attack roll
Jesus.
Oh no.
with your unarmed strike, basically.
8 plus. Where's the. 8 plus 6. 14.
14. Okay. He manages to sort of step out the way and go, hey, two-handsy, what do you want? This is not a good start.
Sorry, let me apologise for our pet. He gets feisty. We're looking
okay,
for a guide.
Make a persuasion check.
You're going to persuade me that I'm a him.
I got a 21.
Oh, great.
He says, okay, so where do you want to go?
Obelisk.
We want to go to the obelisk and we want to help you in your quest. And also south. We've had a vision.
Okay.
Maybe an obelisk would put his
Obelisk.
head in.
He seems to talk to himself. There's a few places that could be. Okay.
Definitely south of here, that's all we know.
Is your quest south of here?
So you will, it is indeed. Let me just take out my map. And he says, all right, you show me on here where it is you want to go. And then you look at this map.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Now, let's talk about our fee. We're well disposed, we want to help, so it'll just be 5 gold pieces a day.
Well, no, if you can help me get Moradin's gauntlet back, I will waive my fee.
No, I mean, we charge 5 gold pieces a day.
That won't work.
I think it's
A deal!
Cool. Where are we on this map at the moment?
Oh, sorry.
Can you tell us
You're
what these
right
giant
here.
hexagons are?
Neanza. Okay, so each
Never seen anything like
hexagon,
it.
each hexagon is basically a day's journey.
Wow.
But we do days in travel mode, so it doesn't actually take a full day to
Okay,
travel.
This is
cool.
the map of Chode, Gary.
What do you mean?
That's where we are, right?
No, Chol.
Jolt.
I
I was like,
matters.
not sure.
Where are we?
We're here. We're at thing. So we want to go to the Peak of Flame,
Oh shit.
Sky Lizard Mountain,
Holy hell.
Sanark
It's
Mountains,
gonna take fucking ages.
the Cauldron. Do you see anything that looks like an obelisk?
Yeah, this one.
There's these black squares, they could be obelisks.
Did we come from somewhere over there? Can you point us to where your Gauntlet of Fire or something is?
Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure where it is. I just know the fire newts have it. So, in our explorations, if we come across fire newts, I would like your help in recovering it from them. If we don't run into them, well, I'll help you anyway.
Okay.
Kill the newts.
Kill.
the newts.
So an obelisk to the south. Shall we just
Let's
start?
hunt newts.
Shall we just start making our way south and go through this passage between?
Get your head back out the door. Newts.
Between the Peaks of Flame. Peaks of Flame sounds like a place every Friday.
Pizza flame.
Fix a flame sounds like a barbecue joint.
I agree. That could be exactly where we need to go. So, I'll waive my fee if I have your word that you will help me if we come across them.
What's your name, stranger?
My name is Akal. What's your name?
Gog.
Nice to meet you. And he extends his hands down to like your hip or upper thigh.
Oh, a friend.
I whip my hips away from his grabby hands.
Okay, we need to do some work there. What about you? What are your names?
My name is Wood.
That's me.
For the trees.
Nice. Shakes his hand. And you?
Scrounge more.
Excellent. Wood, Scroungemore, Scrub-a-Gug. Let me know when you're ready.
We're ready.
Let us sally forward.
You
Just
see
me,
him.
And our quiet friend Maeve.
Oh, yes. Hello, Maeve.
She doesn't say much.
Stares
Okay.
blankly.
Maybe we
Okay.
should buy some shit. Do you know anywhere to load up on good
Yeah.
quality magic stuff?
I want to exchange these crappy gems for some honest animal hides.
I'm overflowing with gold.
There's a general.
No, I'm not.
There's a general store across the piazza.
Do we actually need any
I
supplies?
feel.
Yes.
I have no money, so.
What?
Oh wait, do we all have money?
Just
You must have been really bad.
I don't believe in worldly
okay.
possessions.
Let's quickly head to the general store to stock up on goods.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I don't. No.
You go
You
into
come
the-
to Alcazar.
Well, I'm gonna get my things. I'll meet you there.
Alka-Seltzer.
What's his name?
Alka-Seltzer.
Carl.
It's like one call. A call. Yeah.
That's helpful, thank
Yeah.
you.
You're
Great.
welcome. Okay,
Alright,
so
level
he
0 explanation for him myself.
goes and says he'll meet you there. So
Okay,
you go
general
over to the
store.
Off we go.
What's in the store?
Okay, you go in the store. She says there's a person behind the desk counter. She says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
I'm looking for axes, I'm looking for animal skins, I'm looking for food.
Well, I don't think food's a problem because I can probably just find us food on the way.
Carl was the guy in charge of the literature.
No, that's a Golo.
Oh.
How dare you?
That's
Wow, nice reference though. Good effort.
It's good- it's good
Okay,
thinking.
he's not a child. It's the wrong name.
Well, I wrote it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
cheap.
any axes or
Yes, you see a variety of axes.
alright, I'm gonna pick up the biggest one.
Okay. It's a great axe. It's wielded in two hands. It looks. Do you have a great axe currently? Yeah. It doesn't appear to be magical beyond yours. It just looks slightly newer than yours.
I'm just gonna try and trade it with the one I have without the shopkeeper noticing.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
What's that?
It'll be in your list with all the other skills.
+1. Oh, that's a 9.
Okay. Let's see what her perception is like. She says, "Hey, put that down." And her voice starts to get less high and more gruff as she notices you do it. That'll be 20 gold pieces.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Even,
That's too much.
Do you want me to cast Perhaps Without a Trace and you can try stealing it?
No, it's the same.
I already have
Do you have any magic gear? Oh, shopkeep.
A helmet?
I have health potions, but magical items, we haven't had a mage in the piazza in quite a while. You could look in the Narrows, north of here, but that area of town is a little
Does
sketchy.
does a helmet count as armor for unarmored defense?
Well, the helmet does count as armor, yeah. But I think unarmored defense, what is the wording of that?
While not wearing armor, you get AC equals.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be like while not wearing heavy armor, but yeah.
Yeah, so it might have said that in the long one.
I think that's for a different benefit. But yeah, so yeah, a helmet would count as armor.
Alright,
Okay, let's get out of here.
There's also, she says,
is there any throwing stuff?
throwing stuff. She says, I have throwing axes, I have darts, I have arrows, but you probably want to put them in a bow, really.
I'll take a few darts.
And she says, that'll be 1 silver for 3 darts.
I dash down one of my gold pieces of gems and take a handful of darts.
So you, how many darts do you want?
I'm just going to take a handful, so let's
Okay,
say 12
so
darts.
that's 12, so that's 4 silver pieces, right? So just mark off 4 silver, and she says, okay.
What's silver to gold?
Oh, there's 10 silver and 1 gold. And she says, the only magical thing, really, I mean, if you think of herbalism as magic, is these health potions.
Oh, we're good for health potions.
Maybe we need those?
No, I've got loads.
Okay, cool. Then let's fuck off.
And any dried meat?
Oh, you see a variety of jerkies. Turkey jerky, dinosaur jerky, T-Rex jerky. The T-Rex jerky is the most
I
expensive.
don't think you need food.
I'm just going to take the turkey jerky.
Oh,
Mine
she also
was
says,
silver.
if you're adventurers and you're heading into the jungle, you'll probably want some water, or at least the ability to make good water. You don't want to drink the water in the jungle. There's some free advice for you.
Okay, what have you got for water creation?
Well, I have that growler over there.
Excuse me?
Growler is a container of water. And she says,
What?
Did you think it was?
A bomb.
and
I
she
was just
says,
frying for a moment.
that's, it's 5 copper per growler.
I've literally no idea. I'm going to take a handful of turkey and a growler
How many?
and leave all my 6 silver and walk out the door.
Can you buy me a growler?
You can take what you like. You'll overpay.
How many
Okay.
growlers can I count?
I'll have a
I've got
growler.
a bag of holding.
Cool. Yeah, you pay your how many silver?
6.
6 for yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll take a couple growlers.
Cool, there you go.
You got the cash?
Hmm?
You got money?
No, no.
You don't have money?
No.
Who's paying them?
He is. She is. Sorry. Sorry for misgendering.
Okay, very good. Let's get out of here. Thanks for the tips.
She
Alright.
says, you're welcome.
Shopkeep.
New time. Time
we
to
go.
find the new.
Okay,
Where's the
you
car?
meet
Akal.
Akal outside the door and he says, you look ready, and he eyes all your new gear, and you guys set off.
Let's
Okay.
speed
Stop
this
buying the turkey jerky, Carl.
He says, ooh, that does look good. We might have to play cards for that later.
Oh, I have a 3 dragon enemy set, so.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so the way this works is, each day, I'm going to roll to see what happens to you in that day.
Okay.
And you tell me which direction you want to go. And your guide will then roll to see how well they guide you.
Okay.
So I'll tell you if you get lost, but basically, where do you intend to go from Port Niazamaru?
We intend to go this way.
Okay, so you're heading in that direction.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so you go, I'll say you want to go, basically, read the key to figure out, you're going through like the Badlands kind of area. Because this thing, obviously the Death Curse is having a bit of an undead problem in the area.
Oh,
so
God.
you probably
Undead
want to,
territory.
you probably want to choose your route according to where you do and don't want to go.
Does anyone... Shit. Do we want to go around the undead territory or just through it?
What's up to you?
So if you tell me like,
fault if it goes wrong.
Let's just go through the undead territory, I
I'm
think.
just munching on turkey jerky and happily walking down the road.
Nothing can go wrong going through the undead territory.
No, it is the fastest way to the Fiery Mountain.
I'm
Jesus
taking
Christ.
between the turkey jerky like
Fiery
I'm
Mountain.
a ruminant and I keep, belting it back up.
Great.
Disgusting geese.
Alright, so we go this way.
okay, so you're going to go to the hex directly south of the port, I assume?
Yeah, maybe like southeast of the port. We'll follow the river Tirki.
Turkey.
Turkey.
Jerky.
Turkey? Yeah, we're just gonna follow the river Turkey up.
Oh, I see the one you mean.
Yeah, I think it's always good to follow a body of water because that means we'll have clean water.
He really knows his onions.
His onions. Alright, just give me a sec to get set up for this new activity.
He's an idiot. He has no money.
I have no money because I don't need it.
He's a Samiana. He lives simply.
Alright, Turkey.
Okay, cool. Alright, firstly, we're going to see, so you're going, show me?
So we leave along the river Turkey.
Okay, so you're going sort of south or east?
Yeah, southeast.
Okay, so southeast would put you in that kind of an area. Okay, let's see how well your guide guides you. Okay, and then we're going to see what happens.
As I'm walking, I am continually playing with my new darts, throwing them up in the air and trying to catch them, often jabbing my own hand.
Ah,
Or occasionally hitting other people.
Okay, you manage to set out, but you lose track once you leave town of your exact location. You get the sense that you're more south than you were before, but you're not sure of your exact location.
fucking idiot.
You don't encounter anything unusual along the way, but he says, okay, we're going in the right direction, but let's reset in the morning. And you bed down for the night. You need to drink some water from your growlers, presumably.
Yeah.
You notice the water running in the river. At the beginning, you've kind of strayed away from the river. It looks kind of murky, so you feel like it's not ready for drinking, being a druid in its current state.
Right.
So, next morning, you wake up, you set out again. Let's do another roll to see how well you guide.
Maybe you should have asked the guide one question before we picked him.
Now the guide regains.
He doesn't know
abilities.
anything.
Maybe you should have got some water purifying.
This
You
time,
asked the shop, and then you said no.
the guide suddenly realizes in the morning, oh, I made a classic error, and you're actually in this one
Oh,
instead.
it's tasty.
So you see that you meant to go that way, but you ended up going here. So now that you're here, where would you like to go?
Oh fuck, should we just follow the river Sochkatar and then camp right?
How can
Southwest.
you get lost following a river?
Well,
It's quite thick jungle. Like there's the
Okay.
buzz of insects.
Can't
There's
see.
no, we should
huge
go back to where we
overgrown
are.
jungle.
We should go back to the
Let's-
river Turkey.
Let's retrace our steps.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna go like east, basically.
Yeah.
Backwards is boring.
Okay, cool.
That's alright.
You don't know
Let's
the
see
difference.
what. Okay, so you navigate successfully. Let's see what happens. Okay, the day proceeds uneventfully. You manage to successfully make your way back towards. Where were you again? You were there, right?
Round of all this
So you
turkey
successfully
jerky.
make your way back over here.
Okay.
You
Magic
drink
shield.
some water. Next day, what do you want to get?
This way.
So that diagonal, follow the river.
Yeah, follow
Okay,
the river.
cool. Cool. Right, you're gonna follow the river, so that puts you down in that kind of darker green bit, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, let's see what happens. Nice. You feel like he's really gotten the groove. I remember this river.
Thank fuck.
And he navigates much more successfully. Let's see if you encounter anything interesting. Ho ho. Now we'll see.
Hose. We encountered hose.
I keep singing quite loudly. Can't say it's popular with the group, but
Oh yes, it's definitely not gonna wake the undead.
Are there undead?
Yeah, according to the map.
Why did you lead us this way?
occasionally
It's kinda like the only way to go.
when Wood seems worried, I try and pick them up gently, place them on my shoulders
Oh, that sounds nice. I'm up for that.
under low branches.
Can't you
Oh,
summon a
God.
bear or something?
Yeah, I could.
Summon us a bear.
Well, we'll save it when we encounter something.
I love the cockiness of, well, I could. Okay,
Just turn
cool.
into a bear.
I don't think Wood knows any spells.
Turn into a bear.
All I remember
Stop egging me on!
is Wood walking on the ceiling and then falling off the
Yeah,
ceiling.
I've never seen him turn into a bear or turn into anything useful.
Yeah. To be fair, the mouse wasn't very useful, is it?
Well, it helped you escape. You're good at running away.
Yes, I'm very good at running away, aren't I?
Real natural coward.
I need to look at the
She's
creature.
not becoming enraged.
No.
Okay,
Rage is
what
not
you
very
see
difficult.
is some vine-covered ruins and these two huge gorillans, which basically look like gorillas but with 4 arms and bigger teeth. And they're sort of like picking over these vine-covered ruins that you just come across in a clearing.
How big are they?
Well, imagine slightly taller than a regular gorilla. And they're grey instead of black.
Jeez.
And they look kind of pretty muscular, but they haven't noticed you yet. They're just sort of picking over these ruins, hanging out, and you see the guide say, "Oh, okay, what what do you want to do here? I mean,
Oh.
they're ruined, so I mean,
I'm
there
still
might be.
throwing my darts up in the air and
Yeah.
catching them.
Can I cast Beast Bond?
Read me the language of beast bomb.
You establish a telepathic link with one beast you touch that is friendly to you or charmed by you. The spell fails if the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher.
You have to touch it.
Oh, I have to touch it.
Yeah, so you could
Wait,
theoretically sneak if you
what
were good at
animal-
sneaking and try to touch it surreptitiously, but you gather from your knowledge of the jungle that it would be a risky process.
What are the
Okay.
animal
Why don't you
things?
intimidate it?
I have beast sense and speak with animals.
Oh yeah, let's do speak with animals.
I'll try and. What's beast sense?
It will probably say there.
It just says.
Oh, you need the app.
Um,
Oh, well, I have to have the app as well.
No, I don't have Beast Sense on my list, so I can't look it up.
Speak with animals. I'll try that.
You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Which one?
Speak with animals.
what's the range?
Range is self.
Okay, so you just gain the ability.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast this on yourself and you gain the ability to speak with animals for the duration, is that it?
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
alright, so in order to speak with them, you'd have to reveal yourself to them, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
do we want to do that first?
I'll say hi.
Okay,
you
so
say hi, Dave.
just Scrubble goes up to them.
Yeah.
The gorillas.
Okay, and you go up to them and they go, What? What is it? You, threat! What do you say?
Show them the darts I got. Be like, look at this.
Banana, no. You, eat, yes. And he talks to his friend.
Oh,
You get the
that's
sense
not
that they are considering eating you because what you're holding doesn't look like a banana.
Okay, I'll whip out the turkey instead.
And he says, Wait. Brown banana.
bad.
Approach, slowly. And they start moving towards you slowly. You get the sense that one's in charge and the other one's just taking orders.
I look at the leaves and the jungle and shout, guys, come over!
Okay, make a charisma check. So it's not persuasion, it's just your raw charisma.
Oh, that's not high. 5.
Fine, okay. They take a couple of leaps back and go, loud, where, look, smell. And they start to go back on what they were doing before and look kind of anxious.
Oh no.
What do you do now?
Well, they're quite boring to me, so I'm just going to amble back to the group.
Oh no.
They've got nothing to say.
I'm going to. Wait, can I turn into one of them?
It's a beast, so if you could turn into beasts, then theoretically.
I can, but it's dependent on what level the beast is, right?
Yeah, here we go.
Do you know what
Mr.
challenge
Nomad is
rating
here.
you're allowed to go up to?
A quarter.
Then no, you can't transform into this beast.
So what should we do? Should we try and befriend these things? Do we want to get in the ruins? What's our motivation?
I could cast some magic.
Make a perception check. Is it who you're walking away? You guys might. Were you examining the ruins in any way?
No.
No.
Um,
Are you guys examining?
Yeah, I'd
them
like to
in any
examine the ruins.
way? Okay, you guys can make perception checks.
13 plus 7, 20.
Okay.
7. No, 13.
Okay. You think that it looks like ruins that are potentially interesting, but you don't know why. Would you notice that there are little niches that look like maybe these gorillans have stored knickknacks that they've found in little pockets
Treasures!
within the ruins? So you think
I think Scroungeboard thinks that Jeffrey Epstein just killed himself. Lack of perception is stunning.
I'm not very wise.
Alright.
For these cantrips, I need to have materials, right?
the materials you have on you unless you lose them. So just assume you.
Oh.
Unless it's a diamond or something really expensive, a twig and some
Shit.
bees' honey and stuff, you just have it.
Oh, thank God for that much more.
So I could cast Entangle and just tangle them up and then we can look at the ruins? Or they're
Kill.
stuck in it? Do we want to kill them?
I could create an illusion of some bananas, but once they get close to them, they'll see that they're not real.
It's kind of a why don't you kill them?
It's got to go.
It's come and go.
I'm just walking back.
Um,
I got no beef with the gorillas.
okay, let's not kill them.
Right,
They're
I'm
innocent.
going to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
It's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Range 30 feet. So, as far at the furthest point away from us and the gorillas, I cast an illusion of a big bunch of bananas.
Okay. You cast a minor illusion, so you're going to place it within their sight. They're going to make an insight check to see if they can tell.
It doesn't smell.
What's your spell ability saving throw, your spell DC? It'll be in the spell section, which is the different. Maybe it'll be there. What does that say?
14.
14. Okay, so they've got to do an insight that beats 14, which they do not. So they think. You hear quieter this time, Scrubber go, bananas, big, go! And they start ambling towards it.
Great.
But you know that minor illusions aren't tangible, so it probably won't fool them for a lengthy period of time.
Yeah. Right.
They start like swiping their hand through it and going,
Right, let's
We make a run for the temple.
Run for the temple.
Are you doing it?
Also, entangle him first.
Are you doing it stealthily or unstealthily?
I don't think I've got much choice there.
Should I entangle them first? Yeah, alright, cool. I'll cast Entangle onto them.
Okay, how does that work?
Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square,
I
spreading
remember
from
this
within
piece of
range.
crap
For
spell.
the duration, these plants turn the ground into an area into difficult terrain. The creature in the area, when cast a spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell
Okay,
ends.
and what's your DC for spells? Like, it'll be just above your spell section, basically. So, for example, oh yeah, scroll up. There, 15. Nice. Okay, so they have to beat a 15 with their strength saving throw, otherwise they're restrained for the duration, which is like, I don't know, a minute or 2 minutes or
yeah.
something.
Duration is...
What's under his hands?
Does it say? It's usually in like the stat info at the top.
it said up to 1 minute?
Yeah, that's their duration. Okay,
Okay.
and you're concentrating on it. Okay, they
Yeah.
fail their saving throw, so the vines that are already abundant in the jungle sprout from the ground and wrap
Yes.
around them, and they go, and they can't move.
Alright, so
And you-
this, I start running towards the temple.
Okay, you
Alright.
run towards it, attempting to do what?
I want to scavenge all those knickknacks.
Well, only Wood knows they're there. Has Wood
I
told
know.
you?
Oh, I hope so.
I run to the temple first to look at the wonderful knickknack.
Okay.
I'll run afterward. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You hear in your language that's still active, stuck, panic, run, call, help.
Sorry, 1 moment. I was just looking for a thing in my room.
Now you've scared the gorillas, you dumb brute. Go and give them a hug.
I throw one dart at the gorillas and then amble after the rest.
Okay, make an attack roll.
So cold.
15 plus...
That hits. You hit him go, hey, escape, quick.
Everybody.
Okay.
Oh no.
Poor gorillas.
But they can't escape, they're entangled. You're just torturing them.
Okay,
Why are you running up to the temple, Wood?
Wait,
run.
I'll let you know after I get there. So, am I at the temple yet?
yes you are. I just about to tell you what you find. You find this huge crate of this. It's like a wooden crate, and inside is 20 days worth of like preserved rations. There's
Ah.
little like capsules of water, and there's little like
Cultural rations
jerky.
without rat. That's what they told me.
Oh, great.
and all those kinds of things. Like, ooh, this is handy.
Hey guys, there's a bunch of like handy supplies here.
You also find a goblin mask made of painted wood with 9 gemstones set around it. It looks quite ugly, but also the gemstones, and you're not quite sure what it does.
Amazing. I put it on the back of my head, so I have a face on the back of my head.
Nice.
Jesus.
You do that.
Lucky it's not
You've got about
Where's the car?
45 seconds left on your spell.
Okay, cool. Let's load up this bucket of stuff and then get out of here.
I'll put it in my bag of holding.
Put it in your bag of holding.
I'm very, very confused by the mask.
Where's Hakao gone?
Akala!
He says, okay, we need to get out of here now.
Okay, and we run past the temple into the jungle.
Thanks for
Okay.
your help with the gorillas, Hakao.
It's,
You piece
just
of
as
shit.
just as you're leaving, you hear say bye to family, and you get the sense that they're like really concerned as you hear that distantly going away. They think they're going to be trapped forever, but
Oh, right.
in like 30 seconds the spell fades.
Ah.
Nice.
Corrallans.
Right.
Dummies.
I've got a big ration pack and water. That's good.
Cool. Do you want to add it to your thing? Cool. Oh, I have a goblin mask now.
Cool. All right, we're going to roll. That was the first section. Now we're going to roll. Okay, cool. You managed to make it successfely to the hex that you were trying to get to, which is what?
I'm really enchanted by this goblin mask. And keep
So
trying to
the one
talk
that's
to
like just at the end of this like word, like the word of the river
Yeah.
itself. Let's just mark it so that we know where you are.
Okay, cool.
Is that where you are?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. That's where you are. You go to sleep. You drink some water. You wake up. Boom. What would you like to do now?
Keep following the river.
Okay, so
It's
that
done as
means
well.
you're going to go through the K and the I down to the Y and the R. Okay, and you're in like undead territory now. So let's do a navigation check for what's
Let's
his
see
name.
the mask, Wood.
You can see it on the back of my head.
Okay,
Nice
he
and
feels
formal.
confident with his navigation. And now we will see.
Guys, 9 minutes away.
Now we will see what happens. Oh, yeah, we can roll this.
Folded with bananas.
Oh,
Very helpful. You finished your turkey dinner yet?
no.
Just stroking my beautiful mask.
Just think, you can gnaw off your own foot when you get hungry next time.
So there's a lot of like.
It's alright, there's plenty of bickering as per usual.
Let's probe a car for details. How come you're a guy, old man?
Yeah.
Okay, wait for it.
You don't need any qualifications, so.
You smell suddenly as he says, "Well, I'm a guide because I want to recover this relic for my people." But as he says that, you start to smell this sickly aroma in the air. It smells like death. And make a perception check, everyone.
Oh, I got a 1, but I get to reroll.
Oh, fuck.
What's your perception?
I got 14.
3 for me.
You got a 14. You smell, you smell this
I
sort
got
of
11, yeah.
deathly smell. And you also, you hear labored sort of breathing.
Oh no.
And it sounds like snorting, like from a very big creature.
And it's not scrubbing.
So everybody make a stealth check for me, please.
7.
11 plus 15. Oh, 15 for me.
Hold on.
Very
Stealth.
stealthy.
What gets stealth?
It's in your
Oh, yeah. 8. Fuck.
So 8,
15.
15. Okay. You notice the tree in front of you basically bend as the snout of a huge Tyrannosaurus Rex just breaks it. But it's got skin like dangling off it, so it looks kind of like a zombie, but a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and everybody needs to roll initiative.
Zombie dino!
Initiative.
Awesome! 19.
Initiative.
Oh, I'm 20 actually. So
Where's the initiative one?
Right
Oh,
on the
it's
clock.
the.
Oh, yeah. 14.
So everyone remember it, and then tell me if there's any between 25 and 20.
Yeah,
Nope.
20.
20.
What
Wow.
was
So
No,
that's, wait for it. 15 to 20? No. 15 to 10.
Yeah, 14.
14.
He's gonna be
We'll-
foreman.
and then
You're
you're
foreman.
9, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll roll for Akal.
Akal.
Oh, wow, Akal did quite well.
Great! You can go first, Akal. I'm sure you're a master at this.
What's the call got?
He's got a sort of like a warhammer. Okay, cool.
Why
So
not?
So basically, Scroungemore reacts first, quick on his toes, and you see this enormous creature, like what you imagine a giant-sized giant might be like. And it starts like,
It's close to us.
it's within about 30 feet.
Jesus.
Because it heard you guys and you were not particularly quiet.
Fuck.
Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna.
That's
first,
because wood is.
I'm gonna hide behind Scrubbergog.
Okay.
I'm readying the javelin.
If you're going to hide, roll a stealth check.
7, 11.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna move behind it, so I'm in cover.
Okay, so that will make you in like 3/4 cover, so you add like 6 to your AC, let's say.
I love it. I'm
Cool.
gonna cast.
But you get the sense that it's still following you with its snout. You feel hidden, but not hugely well.
Right, I'm gonna unleash hell on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to cast lightning bolt.
Okay. Describe it to me.
Stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long and 5 feet wide blasts out from you in the direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dex.
Oh yeah, thanks for getting behind me.
No, I'm poking out from around you.
Hands in
I
front.
wouldn't
Needs
do
to make a dex save.
Yeah,
Otherwise.
dex 14. Otherwise, 8d6 on a failed save, half as much on a successful one.
Okay, so
and
roll.
fumble objects in the area that ignite that before
Cool. All right. So he fails his dexterity save.
Yes.
And so you roll your 8d6. So d6 8 times.
2 and 3 is 5. 7 is 12. Add 6 is 18. Add 10 is 28.
In total. Nice. Goodness me, this is gonna be tricky.
Pew 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 pew!
It's better than a shitty cantrip.
Hear me.
Is it dead?
No, it looks like barely scratched.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah, fuck.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. You see an injury, but it doesn't look like it's on death's door. This is a big fucking thing.
Oh god.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. Do you want to move anywhere? I'm not going to do the little grid for this one because you're in a jungle. There's vines around you. There's not walls or tables or anything.
I'm happy hiding behind scrub.
Okay, cool. Next up is Akal. Akal will sort of like, he starts to heft his warhammer for a second, then he goes and starts to reach for a short bow, and he goes like, thinking this is a lot. All right, we need to think about a plan, guys. And then he rolls with his bow, and he goes wide, like a bit nervously, and he goes,
Oh no,
okay.
Akal, you
All right.
piece of shit.
Okay, I'm gonna examine the area. And he examines the area, and he thinks, yeah, maybe elsewhere. I don't know. Yeah. And he seems a bit nervous. Next up is Wood.
Alright,
I'm ready.
Cool.
Do some shit.
Okay, so is it Wood's turn?
yes it is.
Cool.
I'm going to conjure animals.
Ooh.
I'm going to conjure 2 giant eagles.
Is that within the description?
Yes, so if we'll have a look.
Oh, sure. So like, you can do 2. Oh, because it's.
Giant eagles are 1.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you're gonna do 2 giant eagles.
Yeah.
I think you can on this app you can search for it and find their stats.
Oh yeah.
If in the website you were at, if you go to like
Oh really?
companion or is it extras?
Wouldn't it be in the Beyond thing?
It probably isn't the other thing actually, but you can probably also find it from here. So if you go to extras, oh no, not that. Like in your like menu thing. Is it extras or something like that? Abilities, extras. Oh nice. And if you search there, I think that's where like weird companion animals are kept. Hello?
No, I have to add the manager.
Wouldn't be able to be.
Oh yeah, maybe it's in manage.
I think I like thin ones, like just got a chicken wing and chicken twister.
Giant eagle.
Nice.
It's the Battle of the Five
So-
Armies.
You're gonna add it and then you should be able to like click on it, right?
The eagles are here.
Giant eagle, 26 hit points.
And
Wow.
if you click on it,
That's
you can
more
get,
than
like,
it's
a
found
full.
for.
Oh, you got a full page. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you know. Okay, 2 giant eagles just appear out of thin air and start hovering above Wood.
Yeah, cool.
Is it concentration or do you just cast it?
I think it's concentration.
Okay, cool. You're
Hold on, let me
concentrated.
just double check. I'm pretty sure it's concentration.
Alright, close your eyes and start whispering the words then.
Well, it just means if you get hit by an attack, you might lose concentration.
I throw a dart at you.
Please don't do that. You useless piece of shit.
There's infighting in the group, and you're 3 days into your adventure. Well, expedition.
3's as high as I can count.
Okay, cool. So I've done that now.
Cool. Now what can you do? Can they attack on your turn? Do they need a bonus action or something?
Hold on.
He's taking some
It'll be
selfies
in
for
the
his
Stars
grinder
language.
profile with the 2 giant eagles.
What does the zombie dino think about his eagles? See what he
Well,
has.
it's not their turn yet, but they go, just keep growling and snorting and look like they're about to eat you.
Roll initiatives for summoned creatures as a group, which has its own turns. They obey any verbal commands that you issue to them. No action required by you. If you don't issue any commands to them, they defend themselves from hostile creatures.
Oh, so they get their own turn.
But otherwise, take no action. The GM has creatures statistics. Simple creatures can be found below. Okay,
Cool.
go.
All right.
Yeah.
So you want to roll and add their dex, and that'll be their initiative.
Their decks,
Yeah.
not mine. Okay.
Nice. You're getting really good at this app.
Yeah. Their decks.
He's like, oh dude, use the journey. Beautiful.
Oh, no wonder. Yeah. I was like, most people are not this quick going around the character sheet.
Can't remember this. What is their dexterity? Oh wow, they've got whole shit back.
Yeah.
Their dexterity is 17 plus 3.
Oh, it's the
So plus they should roll without 3
I think it's all the 4,000
Oh, shit.
drawback.
6.
in total, or you rolled 6.
I rolled a 6.
So that's 9, right?
Do I get to roll for each eagle?
They're not the same.
You roll for them as a group.
Right?
Okay.
Oh wow.
What'd you say, sir?
They're all the same
Oh
eagles.
shit, 9. That's not very good dexterity. Fuck.
Well, but they go just before Scrubber Gog.
Oh, sorry. Is this 9 or 6? Oh, it's 9.
9.
Oh, right. So
Oh.
9 plus 3. 11.
That's just
11.
initiative, though.
Here's another user doing it.
Right?
This user
Oh, right,
can't read
Yeah, it's
none
not
of
got
it.
dexterity.
It's not, yeah.
Okay, so they'll go on their turn. Would you like to do anything else? What's your command that you give them?
Go tear out the eyes of the T-Rex.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's really my bird.
Do you want to move or stay where you are?
I want to back up.
You back
as
up.
far away as I can to protect myself.
You back up 30 feet, so you're now 60 feet away.
Okay.
Alright, Eagles next. Eagles are going to attack. Do you have their attack modifier? They have like special attacks they can do.
What do I need to do? They get to attack twice.
Beast,
Multi-attacks.
multi-attack. Okay. So once with the beak, once with the hand. +5 to hit, +5 to hit. 1d6 + 3 and 2d6 + 3. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one misses.
Fuck.
The second one also misses. They
What?
Look, they look a little into. I mean, you can
All
roll.
these
How about
smart
you roll?
idiots missing.
How about you roll? So
Okay.
You're gonna add 5, and I'll tell you if they hit or not.
Oh, you
Roll
got-
this.
Yeah.
You got the sympathy vote. Wow. Great work.
2.
In total, that's not gonna work.
Ah, fuck. 2 plus 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still no.
No,
So,
shit.
no, you
Do it
there's 2
again.
attacks, so roll again.
Wow.
I rolled 2 twice. Amazing.
Okay, so
Eagles!
So they go and start to like harass the head
How
of the
can something
creature,
that flies
but they
miss?
look too scared to get too close
Oh
to the head.
no, giant eagles, you're wusses!
So they're hovering around the head, waiting for their bravery to return.
Okay.
Next up is the T-Rex.
Do we do long rests every night?
Yeah, this is when we go into travel mode.
Yeah.
We sort of speed up the day
Right.
and go. Does anything happen? Yes, no. If no, then sleep. Then go again.
Okay, long
But that's
rest every
the long
time.
run.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm just
the
thinking of whether I should Hulk out.
the T-Rex
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah.
going to go towards Scrubbergog because you're the closest, and you've got the midget behind you, and Maeve is standing there at the tree line, kind of dumbly. Sorry, what did I say?
Midget.
Midget.
I like. That's good. That's what he is.
Okay.
He's
So
a useless midget.
he goes forward because I think he has a 30-foot movement. This hulking, yeah, he's got tons of movement.
He's got movement for days. Why don't you go after Wood?
Wood's
Because
far
wood
away.
is further away,
I know.
and it hasn't been your turn yet, so you haven't had a chance to move back.
Wood loves to retreat.
And the turns out
Probably
to make 2
throwing
attacks, one
darts.
with the flank, one with the tail.
Throwing darts at his stupid goblin mask.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
He reflects
so it's going to try and bite Scrubbergog for 17. Does that hit you? What's your AC?
So it's 16, but I was going to whip out my shield, but
Oh, your magic shield. It hasn't been your turn yet to do that. Okay, so it just hits you. So then,
do I get the shield? Oh yeah.
it's a magic shield, isn't it? Is that the
Yeah,
magic one?
I can hold it as well.
You can hold it as well. If
Okay.
you're, we can say you're holding it,
So then I'm 18.
but that means if you hit with a weapon, you can only hit with a one-handed weapon because it takes one hand to hold the shield.
I wasn't holding my shield.
Okay, cool. So you can use your normal weapon, and this is gonna hit you for.
You've got magic.
Goodness gracious me.
God.
You've got a lot of hit points.
34 damage. And you feel like part of your torso just gets ripped away. And you see a Carl say in the background, "We should go!" And then you see the tail swipe around and go for Scrubbergog, but you've got +6 to your, sorry, Scroungewall. So you've got +6 to your AC, so what's your AC? 17, okay, let's see how this goes.
Oh shit.
25 to hit, okay, so that's gonna do,
I'm feeling a lot better about my wounds all of a sudden.
I shouldn't have hit behind you.
19 damage.
Very good.
And that's bludgeoning damage, and yours was piercing damage. So, yeah.
What does that do? What does that make any difference?
Well, it depends. If she was in a rage, then she would have resistance to certain kinds of damage. And you also need to make a... Oh, actually, no, you don't, because you're... Actually, are you medium size? Size are you?
I think, where's the size?
I think you're medium. I don't think it's written on your... In top right, maybe. No, I don't think it says. But I think most players are medium. Okay, so you need to make a...
I feel like I'm massive.
You are, but like in order to make it to the next size category, you've got to be basically a giant. So you need to make a saving throw. Athletics or strength, I think. Yeah.
Choose.
Either you can choose. Yeah.
Luckily I'm brilliant at both. 16 plus 22.
Okay, you feel the jaws like bite into you like it was going to hold you, but then you wriggle out of the way and the flesh goes with the mouth.
Oh god.
And then the T-Rex just stands there and goes, saving my voice, it's louder than that. Next up is Scrubbergug.
Well, I take a moment to thank my lucky stars for my good companions who can release such fearsome eagles to miss.
Not my fault the eagles miss.
I heard it.
It is your fault.
I heard it good.
You're quite far away, so you need to have that argument at a more of a yelled volume.
I'm sorry!
So sorry.
1,000 pardons!
Cool.
As I realise that some of my flesh is missing, sends me into a dramatic rage.
Yay!
The only word I can speak is the command word of my shield,
Uh-huh.
which would have been protecting me if the eagles hadn't distracted me.
Okay, so now with that, you can still use a two-handed weapon,
Yeah.
but you benefit from the +2 to your AC of a shield.
Yeah.
And I think it has other properties, but you can tell me what those are. Cool. Alright, so you've activated the shield, you've put
It's
yourself...
hovering and it's immune to
Does that-
eagle.
Does that take an action to activate your shield, or is it a bonus
It's a
action?
bonus action.
Okay, so you went into a rage, which is usually a bonus action, but we'll say you can do it as an action. I think, is that what going into a rage is?
Shouldn't we run away?
Bonus action.
Yeah, okay. So usually you wouldn't be able to do both,
No,
but because
what
they're
if we
both
can't?
small actions, I'll let you use your action to
got
do
healing potions,
one of
right?
them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can do both,
Start healing
but then you
yourselves.
can't do anything else.
No, I won't do that. I'm just going to go into a rage, forget my shield,
Cool.
and start swinging.
Okay, you swing
Yeah, but-
with your whatever weapon you choose.
I
Roll
get
the
2
weapon.
attacks now.
I don't
You have
a
2 now?
healing potion.
Yeah.
Because before you had 1. Go for it.
Alright, so with the great axe,
Go crazy town.
I get a 25 to hit,
That hits. Damage time.
and then
Don't forget your rage damage dice as well.
do I get
I feel like it adds something, doesn't it? If you're in a rage.
advantage on strength checks and saving throws +2 melee damage?
+2.
Yeah.
So just add 2 to whatever the damage is, plus whatever you would normally add. So if it's +4, then you would add +6.
So I get 3 plus 3, so 6.
Okay, you do 6 damage.
Oh yeah, +2, 8 damage.
Okay, you do 8
And then
damage.
The second attack, I get a 21.
Yeah, it hits. Roll damage.
I get
Isn't that a crit?
6.
It's 20.
You rolled a 20.
No.
Oh,
Did you?
you just got
Hasn't been
20.
accurate on it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? What was it? Oh, I thought
Then I get a
excuse me.
How much damage?
11 damage.
Okay, so that's okay. Cool. You take some chunks out of it with your axe, and it sort of like squeals, but it still looks pretty hearty and healthy. What would you like to do now? You can move, or you can stay where you are. You can yell something. You can interact with an object.
Do you have any healing potions?
Yeah, I have loads of it.
Yeah, but that's an action.
Well, it's no to take one to drink one is a bonus action, but you're out of those. To feed a potion to someone else is an action.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to run and hide behind Wood's tree.
Okay, you're gonna run your 30 feet, and the monster, sorry,
I get 40
Tyrannosaurus, 40 feet. So you can get past Wood.
Yeah, I'm getting
and,
past Wood.
And the monster gets attack of opportunity on you because you're leaving its melee range. That's gonna hit.
We got your magic shield.
Okay, so
I didn't do it.
well, because it got a 27.
But I get resistance to, you know,
So you get half of
I get
this.
resistance to
Okay, so
piercing.
hold on. $25 damage of bludgeoning damage.
God.
So you
After
reduce
the
it.
reduction-
No, you halve it to
12.
whatever that is. Yeah, 12. And you
Shit.
round down as it takes another like tail swing at you as you run out of
Right.
He's
range.
only got 9 health.
Well, I'm now safely in the woods. So.
Cool.
I'm not sure we're safe.
Next up is Scroungemore. You've just seen your party get fairly beaten up.
Can you heal?
Turkey jerky and fixing this.
So what? I can help heal this fool. We're pretty boned, aren't we?
You see a enormous T-Rex staring down at you. You're at its like feet,
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
You're on your own.
Yeah, maybe healing scratch.
and you see a Carl sort of like 15 feet behind you, starting to like turn around like he's gonna run away.
Right.
When I pay
I guess I'll cast Expeditious Retreat.
Ooh, tell me about
Does.
that.
This spell allows you to move at an incredible pace. When you cast this spell, and there's a bonus action, On each of your turns, still spell ends, you can take the dash.
Wait, it's just for you.
You take the dash action instead of...
As a bonus action.
Oh, as a bonus action. Okay, so you get to do it... whereas you usually take
It
action.
says when you cast a spell, and then as a bonus action on each of your turns. So I think I can do it twice.
To take double dash. Is that what you're saying?
I think when I cast it. Is it going to get an attack opportunity to me as well?
Yeah, but with Expeditious Retreat, it sounds like you just get to run further away.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say anything else? Okay, so
It does say move at incredible pace.
Yeah, so it still gets some attack opportunity on you.
In that case, I might do something else.
I thought the language was going to say, and attacks of opportunity had disadvantage or something, but it didn't.
I don't want to die, so I might have to do something else.
You can feel the tension in the room, you can cut it with a knife.
Maybe we can use the Eagles Retreat. Just ride them away.
Like
Lord of the
Hobbit
Rings.
style.
Yeah.
It's amazing how often that comes up.
Yeah. Maybe we should just do that. You do your dash thing and run, and then we'll...
I get an eagle, 2 eagles in fact.
But then it leaves their guide.
That's fine. He's fucking useless.
Yeah.
Right,
We can get back in another guide. We don't have to
I'm
pay
going
him.
to cast Shield on myself.
Okay. What does that do?
It gives me... Oh, it's a reaction. Which you take when you're hit by an attack or target or a missile.
So when he tries to hit you with your attack of opportunity, and
Okay.
it's going to hit you, then you can use your reaction to add whatever to your AC.
So that's great. So I'll just...
When you use these spells, just mark down that you've used them.
Yeah.
I'll just cast Expeditious Retreat.
Cool.
Yes.
Casted.
And then I'm going to run past those dudes very
Okay.
far.
You're running 50 feet because you only have 25 because you're a halfling. So
Oh,
double that
yeah.
would be 50.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I'm going to see it's going to try and tail you. And a 19, does that hit you? With an 11 armor class, it would, but shield wouldn't help either, would it?
Jesus Christ!
Okay.
Fuck.
So let's see what happens. There's my dice.
It's going to kill me, guys. Or maybe I should have eaten my health potion. No.
27 damage.
I'm dead.
You're dead!
He's unconscious.
You're unconscious.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what happens on
No eagle for you!
your turn. Next up is a Carl. You see a Carl basically look torn between the fallen member of his party and running for the tree line.
Oh my god, pick him up, Carl!
Let's see what happens. Let's see what he
I
does.
think a car should run.
No, just pick him up.
We don't know him.
Pick up the halfling.
Okay, you see him like go back and forth, and then he runs towards you,
Oh my god.
and that
What
takes
an
him.
idiot.
You're
He's got all the money!
You're about 5 feet away, so he's there in 5 feet, and then he's going to pick you up, which he can do because it'll just reduce his movement speed, which means he's down to. He's a dwarf, so he's down to 20, but he's going to do a dash, so that's 40, so he gets 20. I'll say he gets just to the tree line, but he's like carrying you the whole way. And you guys are in the tree line, so you're about 30 feet now from the T-Rex guy.
Alright, how far is the tree line from us?
Wood, why don't you
Well,
try and stay
you're
still
at
and
the
try
tree
and
line.
At the tree line.
And the T-Rex is 30 feet into its T-Rex.
Okay.
Yeah, so next up is Wood, still concentrating on your eagles.
So I can't cast anything.
Well, you can, just not a concentration spell.
Oh.
Concentration just means you can't do it, you'll swap it with another concentration if you use
Right.
one.
Okay, cool.
They're like different genres of spell.
Right,
Well,
fuck all
find
the
out
good
when
ones.
We'll be talking to a tree and getting hit.
Okay. Alright, this is a gray area. I think a lot of it's down to the GM's discretion. The spell Speak with Plants.
Okay.
Can I ask the plants to help us?
Okay, well, what does it say what they can... what
You
can
imbue plants within 30 foot of you with a limited sentience and animation.
This is what you got? We're about to die?
Well, let's
We're
see,
gonna
let's see,
ask a
let's
tree?
I literally got nothing else!
Let's see.
You said you could cast lightning.
Let's see.
I can as a concentration spell.
Everyone breathe and listen
Lightning
to the spell.
seems better than...
I can't cast it while I have the eagles.
Yes,
Just
you don't
read
need
me
the
what
eagles,
Speak
they
with
missed
Plants does.
everything.
Okay, imbue plants with 30 foot with a limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands.
Okay.
You can question plants about events and spells, area with the past day, gain information about creatures of past weather and other circumstances. You can also turn the difficult terrain caused by plant growth, such as thickets and undergrowth, into ordinary terrain that lasts the duration. Or
Okay.
you can turn ordinary terrain where plants are present into difficult terrain that lasts for duration, causing vines, branches to hinder pursuers, for example.
Isn't it
Love
funny
it.
how my spoof of what you were doing was your actual plan now?
Literally my plan A.
Okay, so let me describe the foliage, and then you can tell me what command you give this foliage. You see thick vines like coating the ground. You see big trees like hundreds of years old with branches and more vines hanging down off them, and then like ferns everywhere. So you've got like lots to choose from. So what command do you give?
Save us!
Simple commands.
Oh.
A plant wouldn't know the context of your situation.
Form a barrier between us and the T-Rex.
Okay, so that's you cast this, mark down your spell,
Yeah.
and basically we'll see what happens. Actually, I suppose we'll see what happens on the form a barrier. Okay, no, it would happen immediately. You see the vines sort of lift up off the ground and start gathering together into one huge like rope that looks like this far around, made of woven vines, and it starts lifting off the ground, and it starts to be like this far off the ground. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's what they do.
You
And we'll see
made
what
us a
happens.
fucking side table.
Excuse me.
Giant eagles are going to attack.
Oh, please do.
Wait, can I get them to try and save us?
Yeah, you can change their command. But,
Okay.
you
Can they carry more than one person?
Can they? What size? What is their stats? Read me some of their information. This is such an interesting, like Lord of the Rings situation. You guys are in.
What are the
The
stats?
vines are dense and the wood is dense, so the eagles have plenty of wings.
It's a large beast, so you can carry like I would
We
say
didn't have any of our
2 regular-sized people.
They could have done with
It's also
Yeah,
a
2
shame
regular-sized
that,
people and a halfling is probably the
yeah,
max that
they
you can
put
take
my shield
per
up,
creature.
like, going
Okay,
straight
cool.
to
All
the
right,
time.
eagles, come
Just
take
keep
us
it
away. So, one eagle to take.
Go, go.
I've been carried, remember?
Can the eagle carry all 4 of them?
Okay, so there's
He's a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you count. You don't count. So the dwarf and you can go on one eagle, and then you with Maeve can go on one eagle. Yeah?
Okay, cool.
Oh, we can leave, man.
Okay.
All right, cool. We get on the eagles.
So you get on the eagles. They use most of their movement coming down to you. How much movement do they have? Use
How do I
about
see?
30. It's at the top usually. 10. They fly 80 feet.
feet.
Oh, that's tons.
Great.
So they fly the 30 feet down to you, pick you up. Then they fly the 50 feet into the air.
Yes.
What direction do you go?
Into the air, still within like.
South, I presume.
Yeah.
They can take us all the way to wherever the hell we're going.
Yeah.
But they were right up with the dinosaur, so the dinosaur's going to get an attack opportunity on them as they fly towards you. So we'll see if they get hit or not.
Please, Jesus.
What is their AC? Class is
They call it home,
I'm in
alright.
class 16.
16. Ooh, 17. So that just hits. How much health do they have?
They have 26.
Way more than you.
26 health. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're more HP than me.
Are you that weak?
Yeah.
That's your old character
This is 26 damage.
He
for the first
has
one.
more health.
Okay, so one gets like crunched out of the air.
One of my eagles is dead!
Let's see what happens to the other one.
What?
This time it's 20. That's gonna hit. This one is
This T-Rex is a fucking killer.
13. This one's 20 damage to the second one.
Oh my god, it's got 6 health points, but it can only carry so many of us.
So 2 regular-sized people and a halfling.
Okay, so
Well, that's us.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Carl.
But also
Bye-bye, Maeve.
Maeve's on the ground. Okay.
Bye bye, man.
Okay.
But they're in the woods, they're safe with
So
my
you,
integral
yeah,
plan.
so you go up in the air and hit 50 feet south.
Yes.
Okay.
So south, no, I wanted to lure it into the plants, so that's north.
So hold on.
Towards
You're
like
wanting
the
to lure the T-Rex into the barrier you've made.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll say that's. You can still head away from the barrier, so it would follow you.
Okay,
if
cool.
you think it would follow you.
Yes, I think it would
Okay,
follow me.
cool. Moving on to the T-Rex. The T-Rex hasn't noticed the barrier in front of him, so he's
Too busy
gonna
eating eagles.
he's gonna make a dexterity check as he tries to walk towards the wood line.
Take dinner.
He gets a natural 1,
Yay!
and that means
The
Why is the GM has extreme sympathy for us?
okay. You see, he literally rolled a 1, so he hits the barrier with his clawed foot and then starts to tumble down towards the ground.
Yes!
And then you hear boom as he hits the ground, and you see out of the corner of your eye, whoever's on the ground still, like another zombie goes, just comes out of his mouth and starts crawling towards the wood line.
Oh wow.
So it must have had the zombie like partially digested in its mouth.
Alright.
Moving on to, actually no, that will be, so it will use half its movement to try to get up again, and then it can only move like another, how much movement does it have? Sorry, I got a lot of math, no, not that, this. So it moved, I'll say that, so 5, then that makes it 35, so 50. It gets almost to the tree line, within 5 feet of the tree line, and...
Isn't it in the tree line? Because.
Well, no, it used half of its movement to stand back up.
Oh, okay, right.
And then I suppose it could use its action to get closer. So I'll say it's in the tree line now, but it's above the tree. So can it see? Perception? No, it can't find. It's like confused by suddenly being in the tree line and tripping. Next up is Scrubbergod. You're on a bird.
Do you have a bow and arrow? Darts?
I have my javelin,
Yeah, javelin it. In the brain.
Yeah.
The brain.
Stick it in the eye.
but it's very hearty and hale.
No, we need to kill this bastard.
Yeah.
So revive me somehow.
I could get, I
Do
could,
you have a revival thing or something?
I could jump down and do it. I mean, that's the only thing I can do.
But,
I'm still in a rage.
okay, yeah, rage on his head.
I think I can't. What can I not do in a rage?
You could jump onto its head and stab it in the eye, that would be good.
I have to keep attacking as a rage.
Is
Okay,
it,
in what manner do you attack? You're about 50 feet into the air. Well, no. Yeah, you're 50 feet in the air.
Well, I'm
away,
jumping.
away from the dinosaur, you mean?
Well, you flew south and up, so I'm going to say you're roughly 50 feet.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to get the shield out.
Okay.
An uncommon bit of lateral thinking.
Okay. Use the
Do
command
two things at
word.
the same, two things at the same time.
Okay.
I jab the eagle with a dart, like a stirrup.
Okay, so you throw a dart.
No, just
Well, you're 50 feet in the air. Remember?
sorry, what?
No,
Don't
no,
touch my
no,
fucking
it's like
eagle!
Oh, the eagle.
it's a stirrup. It's like a stirrup.
He's trying to steer it.
What do you mean? That's not stir.
Okay, roll an attack.
No, don't touch my fucking eagle!
It's too late.
That's 8 plus.
It'll be a dart, so that'll be
Oh,
like
no.
just your dexterity. What's your dexterity modifier?
Plus 1.
Plus 1, so
But unarmed
9.
is
Yeah, but it's not
Oh,
unarmed
okay.
because you're holding a
Yeah,
dart.
yeah, okay.
So what's the AC of the?
so 9. It's very high, isn't it?
The AC 16.
16. So you managed to stab into it, but its hide is harder than you
Wow.
imagined, and it doesn't. You miss while being in the air.
You
What
piece
I-
of shit!
What I'm doing is on my shield that hovers in the air, it's
Okay.
meant to be above my head.
Okay.
I stand on it.
Okay, you can pull it out of its air, and it'll keep hovering. Let's say.
I stand on it,
Okay.
trying to get down to the T-Rex, where I'm gonna
Why don't you just leave it on his head?
jump and attack it.
Okay, so you're
Because
gonna
I'm
jump.
50 feet in the
you're
air.
gonna
I
jump-
just have to like be on the shield to help me down a little bit.
So you're jumping off the shield to free fall onto the T-Rex.
Well, I'm lowering the shield a bit with its magical intuition.
Okay, so let's say you're like 40 feet. Okay, so it's like you only fall 40 feet instead of 50.
Right. I'm
so
jumping and I'm
okay.
attacking it in the air.
Okay,
Jump on his head.
this is gonna require something. I'm gonna say make an athletics check.
Well, athletics is my forte.
Shit, we're all dead.
9.
9.
In total.
Yeah.
Okay, you leap heroically off of the shield, off of the eagle, aiming for the head of the beast, I imagine, and manage to miss by about 10 feet and slam into the ground on top of the zombie that just was disgorged from its mouth. So you take, classic 40 feet. Okay, so,
You're fucked!
Shouldn't have thrown it so high, you idiot!
17 bludgeoning damage reduced to 8.
Alright, I'm on 1 HP.
And you manage to do that much damage to the zombie, which squishes beneath you.
More kills than you or your eagles.
Okay, so that was your movement. And you used your bonus action to activate it. What do you want your action to be? Hopefully something good.
Health potion, maybe?
I have a health potion. How much does that get you?
Was it a basic health potion or a greater one, or what is it?
Honestly, I don't know.
We've had it from the
is-
beginning,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I think it's.
Do I have any health potion?
Could be greater ones.
I think it's. I'll say 2d4 plus 2.
Wow, that's pretty feeble, isn't it? Maybe I'll just attack it and let someone else do some spell.
Throw the javelin in its eye.
Make a intelligence check. Make an intelligence check.
Well, I already found that by jumping off the stupid eagle. 14 plus
Intelligence.
minus 1.
Okay. Even
13.
with an intelligence check of 13, you can see that this thing is barely hurt.
Right.
He's trying to help
With
you.
your warrior's intuition, you get the sense that you are throwing yourself against the tide.
Well, I've killed the zombie, so
It's time to run.
I think I'll just set off running and drink the health potion.
Okay. Drink the health potion, so roll 2d4. Luckily, you were just outside this thing's melee range, otherwise it would get another attack of
5.
opportunity on you. 5. You rolled 2d4 plus
Yeah.
2, so 7.
Okay, so I'm on 8.
Okay. So you use the rest of your movement to run into the tree line.
Yep.
Okay, you're in the tree line. Make a stealth check for me, just so I know how hidden you are, because presumably you want to camouflage yourself.
20.
Oh, nice. You feel very hidden. Okay, that's the end of your very eventful turn. Scroungemaw, you are unconscious. Make a death saving throw with a d20, please.
Fuck.
What's my save?
So you need to roll an 11 or better.
Oh my god, you are absolutely
I get
You
a
get
load
3 of them, but, do well.
Ah!
5. Okay, that's 1 fail, so just mark down 1 fail.
Is that your turn?
Whew,
Well,
okay.
I'm unconscious. So.
Moving on from Scroungewort
It's
to
notable
a
how
Carl.
I'm better off
Now
than you.
fuck a call.
Akal's on the ground, so Akal is going to make
That's
a
not a high
stealth
behind
check.
you.
Okay, and then Akal is going to run
Yeah, we're
towards
doing a lot better.
where the birds roughly are, using his 25 feet of movement, and he says, "Hey, help me!
Fuck
You need me!"
Literally last priority right now.
And then he's going to look around and see you and Maeve, and gestures. He drags this sort of gormless Maeve with him, and gestures to you and says, "We need to go." And then the next up
It's speed. Shoot
is
the hostage.
Wood.
Right. Do you have anything in your bag that can revive you?
I just have to roll this dice, don't
Well, no, you can still be. You would know. A bunch of you would know that an unconscious person can be restored. They just need to be given a health potion, healed with healing spells, a successful medicine check,
Oh, I have loads of health
a
potions.
healer's kit, a medicinal
same like
kit.
check.
Okay, I'm
I?
gonna take
I'm given loads of
health potions out of Scround.
Do you have health potions?
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
5.
I'm gonna take them out of his bag and
Okay.
force them down his
Are
gullet.
you on the same eagle?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you do that with your action,
Wait,
and you get to roll
he's
2d4
not on
plus
the
2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Because basically
Okay.
you took him from a Carl because the bird could take 2 regulars and 1 halfling.
Yeah.
It's good to know you don't count
So-
even in the rules.
Caitlin's going to come and join us.
Great.
2d4 plus
With
2.
healing powers, tell her to hurry, we're dying!
You feel this warm herbal liquid being poured down your throat, and you suddenly go and feel something akin to healing.
I have 5, 7.
So cool. You have 7 more health.
So
Is
I'm
that
I
my
have to
action?
roll for
That's
death
your
anymore.
action because you fed it. You still have a bonus action if you have one of those: movement, talking, object. You can give your bird a command.
The plants are still in my power.
Yes.
I want them to trap the T-Rex.
Okay. Traps and ranks,
So
traps
minus
and
one
ranks.
health
Okay. But it does say in the spell that it's limited to making terrain more difficult. So the plants will try to make the terrain similarly to before. It's not like Entangle, where they literally
Right.
leap out of the ground and wrap the guy up. It's
Okay.
more like hindering them within their area of expertise.
Can I use them to help hide us? Is that better?
Oh yeah, that could be done. That's again within their area of expertise, being plants.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
For someone who knows about plants, you seem to know nothing about plants.
Well, this is Guru. Guru is, to be honest, pretty well informed about plants. But Wood is the one that knows even more, on a whole nother level.
Wood is the one being. Wood's not been impressive.
Excuse me?
Here's some eagles.
How many people are alive because of you? That's what I
Yeah, you
thought.
saved me. I'm very grateful right now.
Why just killed the zombie?
My eyes flop open and I see wood, and I'm
In my
like,
head, you feel great.
Warning word!
Nice. Well
That's
done.
what you say as you awaken.
Very good.
say, where am I?
I can't believe that's the first time we've done that.
Yeah.
Cool. So you
Why am I
use
on
the,
a
you give them a
bird?
command to do what?
I tell the plants to hide all our
The ones on the ground?
Yeah, the ones on
Okay,
the ground.
the plants hear you, and the vines that are in the branches of the tree start to weave themselves together between you guys retreating and the T-Rex to form a thicker area of foliage.
They're literally making a French plat, but to the extent of your utility.
A French vine.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. Next up is the giant eagle. You just told them to take you away, so they're going to keep traveling another, 60 feet or something crazy?
Yeah.
So you travel greatly further away, so you're basically out of range now.
Sorry, guys.
T-Rex will try to make an assessment, a wisdom perception check.
Do I have to fly the full 60 feet?
No.
I'm just assuming that that's the command you would have given.
No, I'm still out of the range of the T-Rex as it is now, right?
Yeah. More or
Oh,
less.
circle then.
Oh, you circle.
Yeah, I want this guy to do something.
Cool.
next time.
You're circling around. Okay,
Hope you
so
like cantrips.
the T-Rex looks
And lightning bolts in the air.
The T-Rex looks confused and doesn't seem to know where the retreating people are. So
Yes!
he's stopping around and sniffing around. And
My French plat did it!
Next up is Scrubagog Magooprus.
I put my head in my hands. It's all been a bit much. Coughing some turkey jerky out my throat and re-chewing it.
Masticating some turkey jerky.
Great, great. Maybe a healing potion or something?
I have one.
I thought
You had one that
I
you
have one
consumed.
that I ate.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
And
You continue to do something? You're about, you feel like you're hidden. You rolled a 20 stealth
Yeah.
check. You're about 40-ish feet away.
I heard in a child's
Make a
story once that staying still is the best answer against the T-Rex, so I think I'll just stay in my ball very, very still as long as I can be.
You can keep your stealth check because you haven't really moved, so you're there, about 40 feet away. Next up is...
I'm just chewing some turkey jerky.
Okay, next up is Scroungemore. What does Scroungemore like to do? You see the situation has changed drastically since you were conscious.
Can you use your fucking magic missiles or something?
I will. I'm going to shoot the fuck out of it. So we're in the sky. How far away are we from it?
50 feet, I said.
50 feet. Okay, that's great.
That's right, 50 feet from the ground.
You definitely can't kill us.
Well, you don't think it can reach you.
Yeah,
You're
that's
50 feet from the ground, which means you're about 35-ish. The thing is like 15, no, maybe 20 feet tall. You're 30 feet from the head of the creature.
It still looks pretty happy, right?
It looks hearty.
I'll cast
Hail,
I'll
even.
cast a second level of magic missile at it, and I'll use my sorcery points to do a bonus thing.
Unfortunately,
What's a bonus
shoot
thing?
blanks.
Whatever it's called. I use my meta magic.
Two.
To do it.
But
It's
there's
called
a bunch of different kinds.
quicken spell to cast it as a bonus action.
Oh, cool. Okay, so it's a second level, it's at a bonus action, so that means you do how many darts?
4.
4? Cool, go for it.
Amazing.
So it's 44 and then plus 1 to each.
That's right. Yeah. So it's 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. So 14.
14 in total.
14 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it plus 3?
You see the 4 darts go, and it looks more or less the same as what it was before.
That's 5. It's plus 1 each.
Plus 1 to each dart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it looks pretty much the same.
It looks more or less the same.
I'll just do it again.
Okay, you do it
What's
again.
wrong with your lightning?
Well, I could do lightning again. Yeah.
We'll do more damage. Maybe do the...
Fine.
Flying.
Fine, I'll do the lightning.
is
Fine.
Perfect.
We'll kill it. Well, I'll shoot the lightning at it. So, yeah, dexterity 14, saving throw.
Okay, go for it.
No.
Oh, it's a saving throw. 14, dexterity. It fails, so you do your full damage.
Okay, so
Amazing!
8d6.
What's better?
Yeah. So that's 6. Add 8 is 14. 18. 24.
Damn.
24 damage.
Done some good damage to this bastard.
Okay, it looks bloodied. Like it's
We're
still.
getting there.
It's kind of like it looks not on death's door, but bloodied. And you see it like sizzle as a result of the lightning.
Oh, I'm out of range now.
And you also see it turn towards you and look like it's gonna it's focused now on where you've been revealed to be.
Sure.
Okay.
Blasted with lightning in the sky. No?
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay. Carl's turn. He's gonna run closer to you guys, which means he's roughly below you now because you're circling. And he says, "Let's meet south of here. Okay, about 1 hour's journey. I'll be there." And you see his little stubby legs take him that direction, dragging Maeve,
What's
and
my
then
mate doing? Oh,
he's
being dragged away.
because she's just staring gormlessly, a bit overwhelmed, and he's dragging her. And he's looked back and said, "Come on!" And that's the end of his turn. Next up is Wood's turn.
Fucking
Wait, haven't you got any lightning to shoot at it?
I can't do anything
I
because
thought Carl was.
I've got the eagle.
No.
He was on. He's second. Carl rolled well. It's good. Scratch roll,
he's
then a
second.
Carl. Yeah.
Can I do wild shape while I'm concentrating?
Yeah, I don't think wild shape is a concentration,
Wild
but I should also
shape.
let you know
Change.
it's where you change into an animal or a variety of different animals. If you want to continue fighting it, then we continue like this. If you want to run away, then we handle it differently.
Okay.
So you guys are kind of in two minds about it at the moment. So let me know when you make a decision.
Should we run away?
I don't think we're going to kill this bastard. I
Okay.
think there's a great chance that he's going to kill
I think we're on the
Scrummagoff.
same wavelength. You want to transform into an eagle and snag the eagle you're on.
I'm not sure if I can even transform into an eagle.
Can't you just chill out? We can go and pick up Scrummagoff and get the fuck out of here.
Can't you distract the beast and pick up the quivering mess of a half-orc?
I don't know how to distract the beast.
Or why don't you look on page 3004?
What a great trip.
I've got a creature's head in my bag.
Oh, what about the goblin mask? Can I look at the goblin mask?
You look at it. It's got gems. It looks like a goblin. It's made of wood. It looks like a tribal mask.
What if I rub the gems?
You rub the gems. They feel pointy.
Great. No genie in the mask. Figure that one out.
One of those Jim Carrey mask genies.
Okay, so I think we should run away. It's you and me on the eagle. What's his face on the ground? Can you make it on your own?
You yelled at, can you make it on your own?
We're gonna follow. What's his face?
I mean, I have eight whole hit points now, so what could possibly go wrong?
Can I take another healing potion from Thing's bag and throw it on Scott?
You can.
Yeah,
Do
okay.
you resist it?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay,
I'm
make
just like,
a dexterity check.
It's all cat-handed wood. Oh, very good.
Bag of dicks.
excuse me.
Dexterity.
That's what you do down.
It's a general
15
check,
is a
so
bag
it's a
of
big one.
dicks.
Plus 1, is that it?
Yeah, plus one.
So what's this called?
16.
16, okay. You see this glass vial come rocketing towards you with deadly accuracy.
Open your cob.
And do you choose to catch it? It's thrown so well
Yeah.
you wouldn't really have trouble catching it.
Alright,
You you catch it easily.
How good for you.
Yeah, goes into your hand.
Great.
Okay, would like to do anything else? Would?
Wood. Are my plants still listening?
Yes.
10-minute duration?
Yeah, they're still. It hasn't come
That's
around to the
like
T-Rex's turn yet. So remember they formed a French braid
Barrier,
to
okay.
protect or camouflage the escape.
Cool.
But it seems to still be holding. The only reason they've spotted you is because you're not behind the French braid. You're in the sky, lightning the creature.
Right. My moving away doesn't count as the eagle moving away, right?
No. Well, I mean,
I can't. I'm not.
you currently don't have movement because you're on an eagle. It's
Yeah.
basically the eagle's movement.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to fly away, but that's the eagle.
It'll happen on the eagle's turn, which is next.
Okay, cool.
The eagle's turn now moves you.
We
further
start
south
going south.
by like
to
some crazy distance.
Head south.
60 feet south.
Okay, you're way away. Next up is the T-Rex. The T-Rex is going to try and follow you. You're at about a diagonal from where the hiding scrubbergog is.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
it's the T-Rex just goes traipsing off into
Leading
the
the way.
woods after
You
the
didn't
eagle.
say that though, that's pure GMP.
Can you check the eagle's
You just said head south to the rendezvous.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Between us being wiped out.
flight speed.
Fly speed is 10 feet and 60.
60. All right, you're considerably faster.
Oh, sorry, 80.
80. Yeah, you're much faster than the T-Rex.
Great.
The T-Rex is fruitlessly trying to chase you down, crunching through the jungle, and encounter over.
Thank God for that.
Wow.
Cool. So I'll say, what do you choose to follow Akarl's directions? Are you going to try and meet up with the group south an hour's distance?
Yeah.
How's it going to avoid the T-Rex?
Well, the T-Rex has gone off in a different diagonal
okay,
because
cool.
you didn't fly the
I'm
same
running
direction.
after a
Okay.
ball, occasionally stopping to throw a dart and pick it up.
Just throw it and pick it up, throw it like a pebble.
Great nervous reaction.
Okay. And sleep time. Restore all your spells and shit.
Oh, thank goodness. Goodbye, blessed eagle fairy things.
Is this a
So I
long
get
rest
full
or a
health,
short
or-
rest?
Yeah, you're taking a long rest because I'll say, like, you literally, Akarl planned to meet up with you an hour south of here. You're on an eagle, it wouldn't be hard to find them.
Okay, great. My eagles, they go away now, right?
Yeah, how long was the duration?
It's like an hour?
Yeah, then
I've
they
never
would
been
go
so
away by
near
the
death.
time. It would only take an hour to find him, so
Yeah,
you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Wow, that was close.
Cool.
We're nearly
Could I
done.
use your bathroom?
Yes. Go upstairs, it's by the front door.
Okay, cool.
I'll follow you so we can find it at the same time.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That was
That was
close.
tense.
You nearly wiped us out. But
You wiped yourselves out. You saw a giant zombie T-Rex and thought, we can take him.
yes, that was what happened.
And then after you did like next to no damage, you thought, oh, maybe if we try a little more.
I think we got it down half health.
Yeah, a little bit below that.
But after it's clear that it was incredibly tough, we should have run away straight away. But it was the stupid half-orc.
Classic half-orc. But that move would have been pretty funny, like Mission Impossible diving out of a plane, but it just did not work out.
She can dish out some damage. So
Yeah,
there was,
you did probably
There was a chance.
the most, I would say.
Oh yeah,
That lightning bolt.
I do loads of damage now.
I love the smugness. Oh, I do loads of damage now. I think you'll find.
With the quicken spell, so I can double up.
Oh yeah, that is handy.
So I can do 2 lightnings.
Yeah, is that a quick and wax? That's pretty cool.
So you cost me 2 sorcery points.
But it enables you to cast a regular spell as a bonus action, and then you can use your regular action to cast a regular spell.
Exactly.
And sorcery points don't take an action; they're just a thing you do.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Yeah.
But you told me before to mention about the meta magic, the Tides of Chaos. I don't know what you want to do there.
Yeah, but when do you use those?
Well, it says in times of case, it says once per long rest, you can gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So it's sort of opt-in for me that I can say I want advantage. And before I regain use of the feature, you roll a wild magic surge when I cast a spell. But I think you said before, like, let's just do it more
Well,
often.
it's so
'cause
it's
fun.
well, it is more fun, but also it's such a complicated instruction. It makes more sense to have it happen as you use it, because you
just randomly when I cast a spell.
Yeah, but I mean that specific feature means you get a little bit of control over when it happens. So if you ever use it to gain advantage, instead of waiting until you regain it and then use a spell, I'll just have it happen then.
Okay.
So it becomes like a more clear gamble.
That makes sense.
I can get advantage on this, but I'm gonna risk something weird happening.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because otherwise that's just such a weirdly worded. When you regain it, when you use a spell, that requires our memory to work better than it does.
And it's after you cast a first level or higher spell. So
Yeah,
I can
and-
cast the cantrips for free.
Yeah, which is like, I don't know, I want a more straightforward gamble.
Yeah.
Because then you'll get advantage. And then remember when that Minotaur appeared? That was
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that was good.
Yeah.
So if we just conjure the eagles every day and fly, we'll be able to move a lot faster.
Nice.
Good idea.
Well done. I don't even need a second take. That was beautiful.
Yeah, so we conjure them every day. So we fly 2 tiles a day. I assume there's some sort of aerial monster to attack us at some point. Alright, well, just like they should have done in the fucking Lord of the Rings, we're going to ride the giant eagles to Mordor.
That was pretty funny. I love it. We actually get to right that wrong of movie making history.
Instead of fucking traveling through wherever,
If they could take them part of the way, why not just take them all the way?
use giant eagles.
Yeah.
They're not
The
actually
eagles,
eagles.
the eagles got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't, like, the fate of the world, I feel like if that was explained to them.
The eagles got really busy. So.
They've got
Yeah.
an eagle king.
They just got stuff.
Because in The Hobbit, yeah, there's like an eagle king and he doesn't really agree to help them. Yeah, I forget what the
Eagles are
story-
more neutral.
But these aren't eagles, these are fairies that take the shape of an eagle.
Oh,
Is that how you spell X? That's cool.
Yeah. The fae.
The Fae, Jesus, you're messing with the Fae.
Are you cold, dude? Hold on.
Oh.
Let's crank
Get
this
closer
bad
to
boy.
this.
Let's crank it up. Oh, check that out. Oh wait, that's the wrong direction. Now you can check it out.
Amazing, thank you.
Alright.
So what was this? What is this lair again? Do you know?
Bomb shelter.
A bomb shelter.
Yeah, it was built in the late 30s or early 40s. Basically, they built this facility, and then World War II broke out. They're like, well, we better have a bomb shelter.
That's amazing.
It's pretty hefty.
Yeah,
It would
I mean-
probably really survive a bomb.
A traditional bomb would probably be okay.
Yeah, not one of those newfangled bombs.
No.
Well, as in, because the air isn't like, it's just air that comes in through a filter, but it's not like a nuclear filter.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's all you have to rectify, really.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
amazing.
all I need is what is the things they use in the space station? Like a carbon dioxide scrubber to recycle the air.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
Has he caught up with us?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's what brought your day to
Oh
a
yeah,
close.
we all went to sleep after this
Yeah.
disgusting lumbering oaf came out of the jungle, smelling of excrement.
His own, her own.
Hurrah!
Okay, let us commence.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna conjure the eagles again, and we're gonna get on them and fly. So.
Okay.
Got it.
To
I
expedite the process.
I love
So
it.
you're gonna head in what direction?
Fuck the river. We're gonna go as the crow flies, or the eagle flies, straight for the peaks of flame.
Let's consult a car.
Peaks of Flame.
Oh yeah, I called. Where should we go?
I mean, Peaks of Flame is a good bet for getting my artifact back. And I mean, the eagle definitely, and he looks kind of a bit shaken, definitely seems like a good call. So yeah, south sounds good to me.
Cool.
Let's keep a lookout for this obelisk.
Due south.
I'm getting a rising sense of distrust of Carl. He seems dumber than I am.
You can always throw him
Okay,
off this eagle.
so who's going to be the one navigating? I assume, I mean, Akal can give you assistance, but you're presumably guiding, so you can
Yeah.
do the check.
Ah,
So what's
if I see anything.
It's a wilderness. That's not what it's called. Nature. No,
Nature.
survival check. But because Akal's helping you, you get advantage. So roll twice.
Oh, and his wisdom is so high.
Well, he's been into these jungles before.
Oh, I can't, yeah, but Wood's wisdom is off
Yeah.
the charts as well.
No, that's my intelligence.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh wait, wisdom.
No, it's survival. Is what you're
Yeah,
doing.
survival. Oh shit, 4.
Roll twice, remember?
13.
Plus,
4.
so 17?
Mhm.
Okay, you managed
Pretty
to
good.
go along the way you want to go.
Great.
Now, so before I roll to see what happens, let's look at your projected destination.
So,
We
2
could
spots?
Well, no, it's 2 they're quite small spots. That'll be there. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'll say there, and that's a river. So you marked it?
Yeah.
Good. Alright, if you've marked it.
The death mark.
Oh,
So
is
that's
that
one
good?
day.
You've lost 2.
Oh, wait, we've got to see what happens along that, but I just want to
Okay,
mark it in
cool.
advance. Here we go.
Right.
Ooh, goodness gracious me.
Oh no, giant flying things are gonna get fucked.
Wait. Okay, goodness me.
Goodness me is never a good thing.
Goodness gracious me.
Goodness gracious.
I assume neither of you two ever watched Goodness
I
Gracious.
have, yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah, I did too.
You couldn't find yourself a nice
No, you-
Indian
no,
boy.
no, you didn't.
Oh my
But,
gosh! What the hell are the chances of that?
It's my evil burst into flames.
Serious, give him
goodness.
back.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
We're fucked again.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
Okay, alright.
Speak to the
hold
birds.
on.
Speak to the animals.
Fuck.
Speak to the animals.
Okay, cool. Alright, you encounter a flying snake. It looks the size of about a normal snake, but it's got these sort of bat-like wings. It's not very big.
Oh.
It's like, imagine 2 pigeons worth of size, and it's just sort of hovering there. It doesn't seem to be doing anything aggressive. You just see it, like, you know, if you were flying parallel with a flying bee of ducks. It's like that, but one flying snake.
I'm freaking the fuck out. I grab a dart and immediately hurl it at the snake.
No!
Okay, make an attack roll.
No!
You grab the dart, so you add your dexterity.
Don't aggravate the poisonous snake!
You don't know shit. 2.
Good.
plus-
Good.
I mean, it's very low.
You miss by so far that the snake doesn't realize you threw it.
So I direct the eagles to pass the snake wide and far.
Okay, you pass the snake wide and far. No consequences take place.
Thank good.
This is
Okay.
obviously going to happen.
Wait.
Do you mean the giant poisonous snake?
It's
So
not giant or
It's a
poisonous.
normal sized snake.
It's very small.
but like it might be poisonous. What if it bites the eagles?
I'm shouting back in parcel tongue when my bee's talking. I'm sorry.
I feel like you're mixing like texts there a little bit. All right, now let's see what happens with this.
It's just very unlikely to find a flying snake, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was probably helpful.
Pretty rare.
Should we catch it?
No, let's just. No.
It's
Okay,
fine.
down below in the river that you're flying above, you see a very large crocodile chomp down on what looks like a small deer. End of occurrence.
Good riddance.
Wow.
Okay, you
Savage.
make it to that hex that you were going for,
Great.
and it's the end of the day. You feel tired. You can push on and risk exhaustion. You can sleep. You can also travel at a faster pace if you want to risk being more visible to potential threats. But you're already flying at 2 hexes at a normal pace, so you probably don't need to.
Okay.
You rest for the night. New day, new spells, new HP.
Let's have a short rest.
Navigation time. Let's project.
South. We go
More-
from there. So we're there.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Didn't mark it right. Yeah, we're on this hex on the river. So I'm gonna move 2 hexes that way. So 1, 2
Mhm.
here.
Okay, so, and you're in like a little foresty area next to the Mazorca? Is that, what is it called?
Mesro.
Mesro.
It's not super close to Mesro, but near it. Yeah.
Okay, give me a Secaruni.
Does anyone have a pen?
You just kind of like above the side of Mesro? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, there.
Okay, cool. And you're in kind of forest area. Okay, so make your navigational check, please. Sorry, your survival check.
Great.
What are you doing suspiciously?
Taking a picture of your cast iron door.
Oh, no.
10.
No worries.
12
Okay, so plus survival.
plus 4 for 16.
16. Okay, you managed to stay on course again, but we're going to roll to see what happens.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very solid.
Okay, uneventful. You
I'm
managed
curious
to
about the flying
make those.
snake.
You make those hexes,
It's
and
fun.
you arrive at their intended hex. You sleep. New day. What do you want to do now?
Obviously something very different.
Fly! Fly my pretties and conjure them again.
I'm getting very bored above these eagles.
Well,
Yeah, I want to go back to town.
What's happening? You're now in an uncharted area, so you're just going to be hoping for the best.
I take the opportunity to try my stirrup trick again and jab it with a dart. trying to get it to turn around and not
Okay,
obey
make an
Wood's
attack roll.
stupid instructions. 11.
What's its AC? Oh, that's your total attack?
Well, no.
Plus your dexterity, remember, because it's a dart.
No dexterity.
So 12. I'm pretty sure that misses again.
No, it's
And
like 16.
Oh, 16.
I think I'm gonna have, no, the AC, yeah.
Oh, it's
It's
16.
really,
The eagle.
strong armor. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna have to shift using my hand axe on the
No,
giant.
don't fucking hit the eagle.
+6 to hit.
Don't hit the fucking eagle. We'll change rest.
Well,
Don't
no,
kill my eagles.
if Scrubbergog was hitting with the things that she usually hits
Yeah.
with,
Yeah, okay.
then
Or
they
just
would,
my fist would be fine.
yeah, but
Striking,
because
much
you're
better.
using like a dart is a dexterity weapon,
Yeah, yeah.
that's why
I'm gonna give it a good old kick.
No, I told the eagle to drop.
basically it nips you with its beak for 3 damage.
Fair enough.
Because
I
even
respect that.
even Wood's like magical hold over it isn't sufficient for it to keep ignoring this behavior.
I'm homesick for the town. That's
Okay, should
So
we go
this
to the town of Merza?
So wait, have you?
Oh, that's cool.
Sorry, dude.
Yes.
Is this the beginning of the day? We haven't done your new survival check, have we?
Did we just do a survival check?
Well, no. You're here.
Yeah.
You made it to here. Oh, no, you're
We're
here.
here.
You made it to here. But have we then decided where you're going to go next? So it's the
No,
beginning of the day.
I haven't decided where we're gonna go next.
Where would you all like? All of you look at the map and tell me where you want to go.
The soup is brewing in the ranks.
Because we're flying efficiently? I'm sorry, life is so easy for you. I'm the one fucking conjuring these eagles every fucking day.
I've got a real hand.
I slave over a hot magical item.
Slaving away, conjuring these
I've
fairies.
got a hankering after orcish looking man, and unless I find some, I'm gonna go off that.
God knows.
I need to be in a town. I'm sick of this wasteland.
All right.
Furry place.
We'll turn around and go to fucking Mesro.
It's nearby. It's
All right.
It's a stop off.
Direct the eagles to whatever the
How
fuck.
many? You're trying to go to Mesro?
Mesro,
Okay,
yeah.
so that's 2 days worth. Are you going to go around the uncharted area or through it?
Through it.
Okay, through it. So point to me where it's
3 clear wood.
1,
Where's the second one?
2.
There. Okay.
It's embarrassing to arrive on an eagle, so you're gonna have to let me out outside the town.
Okay, so that's it.
Mom,
Area.
drop me off a fucking.
Okay, so do a survival check for me, please.
Great. 13 plus 4, 17. Yeah. that's
Yeah,
nice.
you make it successfully to that hex.
Great.
New day. What happens now? You gonna make the last 2 hexes journey?
Yes, last 2 hexes.
Now's
to-
when it goes
Okay.
wrong.
Survival check.
Guru,
So
you're
roll
about
the-
to roll
roll
a
the
natural
damage.
1.
17 plus 3,
Very
4,
good.
21.
That's great.
There is actually something.
Oh, here we
good
go.
at navigating my eagle.
Yes, it's a rare, powerful skill.
The eagle's done well.
Yeah.
You can really cast it for all
Especially
day.
after his companion
Yeah,
got back
I can
to
only
town.
cast it. It
How
takes a
long's
whole
the
slot.
concentration?
It lasts an hour.
How long does it last for?
I should have been poking Guru
How
at
can
the
it take
dog.
so far then?
Hold on.
Don't put calls on this.
Come on, Gary. How long does the
Give
eagle
me a
last
sec.
for?
He's been on fucking amphetamines this whole time.
1 hour.
Oh, okay. So you'd have to cast it 8 times a day.
Shit, I can
He's
only
been
cast
cheating.
it twice a day.
Man,
That's
it's
okay.
cheating.
Like it's my mistake. So we'll say you realize that when you get here and your eagles are very much not willing to participate with you anymore.
Fuck. I've broken the trees.
How many
The
How
eagles.
many
first slots have you got for a day?
The eagle,
2, because of the 3rd level spot.
Okay, what you see,
the eagle was just
You
doing
could do it
it
a couple
fairly. You
times.
never had it under your control.
I'll say
Or you
actually.
can sleep
So how
in.
many could you theoretically do in a day?
2.
No, but you could sleep for 8 hours. So
I know, but that's per day, and you got to travel for.
What if I slept more?
Just that more. Then you'd be back to the same hex. So I'll say, like, let's just say you
The
had,
eagles
had
just did
particularly good travel days. Like it's just my mistake.
Yeah.
So
Winds,
as you're
tailwind.
landing. As you're landing in just on the outskirts of Mesro, which we don't know about yet, you see this huge, wondrous 120-foot radius of just winter in the middle of this tropical warm area.
Oh.
You see this 120-foot radius area of just frosted over jungle, and it's just unexplainable. And all plants and the surfaces are covered with glittering ice and frost. The temperatures there, even though you're like 60 feet away, they feel colder just being near it.
Oh god.
Oh, weird.
Cool. Now I'm gonna go look for this city.
Are we still flying or am I
I'm just about to tell you about.
The eagles are not taking us one more step.
Had it. Damn.
The
I give
eagles.
one a piece of turkey jerky.
That's very generous of
It's
you.
cannibalism. Actually, wait, no. Eagles eat birds, don't they? So it's fine.
Okay.
Eagles eat a lot of shit.
I just gotta find
Exactly.
this information about. Here we go. I just gotta find
Yeah, it's
Mesro
dark
in
the
my
dark
little
when it's
like.
dark, and we've
searching
eaten
thing.
for ages. Give us eagle, give us bear. Give
There
us
must be
buffalo.
something cool at the beginning, at the middle of this wintry bit. Let's
Yeah.
go find one of the magical jewels that's causing us to happen.
Do we have any warm clothes?
Well, I'm sure we'll survive for half an hour.
Yeah.
I'm an indestructible being. Even the T-Rex couldn't get me, even though the T-Rex fucking killed this midget.
He's a bragger.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. So. Aha. Okay. So what you see from the sky is the ruins of a once great-looking city.
Oh
They
no.
look covered by vines, and it looks like it was almost like just cut off at the base, and it just
Wow.
these empty ruins create the
Hey
impression
Wood, why don't you tell the vines
that
to remake
it's
the
been
city?
destroyed utterly.
Wow. Do we see any signs of life?
You can make a perception check.
Well, not good. 2.
Can I also make a perception check?
You may.
20.
Okay. With a
Plus
2,
7.
with a 2, you notice that the ruins form a sort of a circle shape, and you think, circle. You with a 20 notice that the circle involves 4 main avenues to the north, south, east, and west, meeting in a central plaza, and the whole ruin seems to have sort of sunken down a little bit over time, presumably, and the river seems to be flowing over the wharfs and creeping into this ruin. Vines cover everything above the flooded streets, and there are more like canals than roadways now. It's eerily quiet.
Let's go to the centre of this wintry bit.
Yeah, this is a good idea.
Okay. You go to the wintry bit, and it is exactly as I described. It looks unnaturally like something has changed the environment to make it cold, and it is minus 30 degrees.
Oh no.
You're on the brink of hypothermia.
Okay, let's get out.
Okay.
Let's get the fuck out.
You get out. You're on the outskirts of Mesro. We've realized your eagles aren't quite as enduring as we thought they were. So
Okay.
you're
I'm looking
there.
around, scouting the grounds for half-orc men.
Is there any other people around?
You, with your perception check of 20, you notice no other humans.
Okay. Akal, what should we do? Do you know anything about this Mesro place?
Yes, I mean, it's been a ruin for as far as I've been alive. Everyone I've spoken to. There are rumors that it used to be a city, but the spell plague took it over.
Why didn't you tell us sooner, Carl? You let us come here.
I mean, if you wanted to explore it, it's a ruin. Maybe it holds secrets I'm unaware of.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you asked us to come here.
But Carl could have stepped in.
Okay, well, let's continue this journey down to, what's the X maybe?
No, we're not done here.
Okay, what are we going to do?
There must be something.
I think the X on your system says point of interest, doesn't it?
Yes, point of interest. Ataz Muhaha.
Let's go to the Taj Mahal.
Ataz Muhaha.
Where would you like to go, Scrubbergog? Are you involved in this as well?
I guess I'll follow along, but
Yes.
So you're traveling 1 hex directly south, is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get 2 hours out of my eagles?
Yeah, I'll say
You don't have a-
that using the eagles for part of the time, so how many spells? You can only cast it twice, right?
Yeah. For an hour.
Then you
2
won't
hours
have
a
those
day.
third level spell slots.
I won't, but then I just have to sleep.
But,
Okay,
you
but
get
that
five
means if you
for
get
doing
caught
it.
out by something during that day.
Yeah, I'll be fucked.
Okay, so I'll say that kind of justifies it. It increases your speed so much that you can. It also it's more fun to go 2 hexes a day. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so using 2 of your 3rd level spell slots per day, you can go now to 2 hexes a day.
Okay,
so you
great.
go directly south of Mesro, is that the idea?
Yes. Will that get us to...
Penguin is outside.
Oh, I'll go get it.
Thank you very much.
It's alright.
1, 2... Just outside of Taz Muhaha.
Can't believe we nearly got fucking destroyed by the dragon.
It wasn't even a dragon, it was a fucking dead T-Rex.
Like I care.
We only had Maeve with her holy powers.
I
Why was
know.
there a chance?
What I've
Oh,
seen
man.
Maeve do is fuck more. We just would have died quicker.
We should have
Yeah,
used her as a
flaming
human shield.
She had the flaming sword once upon a time.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that it could have helped. But, you know, the best ability is availability.
The D&D tagline.
Best ability
That's a good one.
is availability.
You've been very useless in our adventure so far.
No, really easy.
We nearly got killed by a zombie T-Rex.
Surely that's Scrubbergogs.
Oh no.
He did
No.
terribly.
I killed him.
You ended up unconscious
Yeah, but I
after
did all-
sheltering behind
I
you.
did all the
Let's
damage
remember
to
the
it,
only
and I
reason
got
we survived is
knocked
because of
out.
wood.
We've been riding his eagles.
I see we're in a particularly
Yes.
collaborative and
No.
It's been
friendly
stressful
mood.
time.
Yeah.
What happened is that no one could withstand it. It did enough damage to you with the first hand that it would have killed anyone else. So,
We're with a guy
hadn't
called
even
Carl. We're going to try and find the obelisk we saw a vision of. He wants to get his thing back from some fire lizards or something.
So we've been traveling around this map.
We have his picture, which we could share.
Yeah, so where's the call?
Oh, he's over here.
We're looking for a Carl White.
No, we had this guy's our guide.
Oh, okay.
We negotiated, Lawrence negotiated that you'd pay him 5 gold pieces per day.
No, it's free. We're helping him find the fire lizards.
Lawrence is holding like all of my gold. So.
Look,
Yeah.
I don't have any gold.
The bank.
I mean, that's just a lie.
None to spare.
I know you've. I know
Exactly
you've
like
got
conservative
at least
government.
75% of my gold in your possession.
None to spare.
Austerity.
Okay, so you bed down for the evening after having sort of picked over this icy area and the ruins.
Oh, don't we get to fly? Oh no, we wait.
I'm just saying that was the end of the day
Yeah.
to get to Mesro. Now it's a new day and you can decide where you want to go from now.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna move to this square here.
Uh,
It's 2 spots away from Ezra towards Ataz Mohaha.
Okay, so that means you could theoretically. Where is it?
Where is she?
We're here right now.
Where
This,
is she going?
we don't really
Moradin's
know.
gold.
yeah, we thought it would maybe in the peaks of flame,
Well,
but
that's just what
quite
we can
fucking
see.
far away.
Okay, so make a survival check with advantage.
So I'll 5, expert better. Oh no, 7 plus 4, so 11.
Okay, you lose track of where you are.
Shit.
So you're not sure which direction you've gone in.
Oh, yeah.
So give me a second.
You're too busy, Joy.
Okay, so that's the.
Cool.
Now we're gonna see what happens here.
Why are we rolling your survival? Because you're a lady.
Yeah.
We are
Okay.
paying attention.
I mean, he's got +4 anyway, so it's probably as good.
Okay, so you're not sure where you are. You
I'm on 0.
just give me a second.
What's your survival? Plus
Where is that?
this one?
+4.
You see the river below you, and you're not sure.
+5 'cause I have
Oh, right.
Let me just find the information.
Sorry?
You leveled up, so you probably have more.
Yeah,
than
so I
that now.
probably have +5 now. I
No.
guess.
They don't.
Yeah, my survival went up.
Updated, please.
Okay.
+3, +4. So I'm now probably
Oh,
+5.
yeah.
Oh, but I printed this when I was level 3. So it's quite a long levels ago.
Yeah, so
You
the-
get
Okay.
a phone app. It's
You
got-
hear it before you see it. You hear these echoes of like chattering and shrieking, like, and it's like an echo of that sound. And you notice that there's a bridge spanning the river below you.
Mm.
And as you land, because you run out of time on your eagle,
Mhm.
you see that it's this huge bridge that Akal turns to you and says, "Ah, yes, this is Ataz Mohaha. This is otherwise known as the Laughing Gorge.
Oh.
And the bridge that goes across it is called the Monkey Bridge. And you see there's tons of monkeys hanging down beneath it and a couple on it. And in the middle of it, there is a huge sort of statue of a character that looks like a hero. And it stands at the midpoint. And it's an imposing statue of a Chultan warrior wearing a mask, hunkered down like a panther. And the monkeys elsewhere on the bridge, the carving is highly stylized. There's also carvings of monkeys on it. And there's also hundreds of carvings of mazes that seems to span from one side of the bridge to the other. Bright gems flash in the eye sockets of the warrior statue in the middle of the bridge. And a human skeleton lies crumpled near the statue's feet. Several of its bones are clearly broken from this distance, but you're not sure when these injuries happened.
Okay.
Very cool.
Mysterious bridge. What should we do?
Let's go pay our respects to the monkey god.
Okay. So we'll cross the bridge to go to the statue.
I'm just going to say in monkey language, message to the monkeys. As
How
a
well
parent.
do you speak monkey language?
Well, I'm using my talk to animals.
Oh,
What does that mean?
It means I'm talking to the monkey.
Not that.
this is like for the plants, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yes, it is for the
Definitely
plants.
Alright.
We should get some of those in the house.
It's a spell, right?
No, it's not a spell.
Okay, before you go up and talk to the monkeys, Carl stops you and says, okay, this bridge is well known in Chult. The only way to pass safely is to trace your finger along the maze on the inside of the bridge that's carved and make it to the other side.
Okay.
Otherwise, great danger befalls you.
What's that, sir?
So Akal stops you and says the only way to make it across the bridge safely is to trace your finger through the mazes that are carved on the inside of the bridge all the way to the other side.
All right.
Carl, why don't you lead us?
And he says, okay, and he reaches out. Now you can talk to the monkeys if you want to.
Yeah,
If any of us are dying, then Carl will die first. Now, that's a good guide.
What stat is going to help us navigate the maze?
Well, the maze itself doesn't look terribly complex, but the
Okay.
biggest difficulty seems to come from all the lichen and moss that's grown over the carvings, which would prevent your finger from going through them.
Wood.
Well,
Sounds like a job.
got a spell for you
Get those
guys.
plants out of there!
Yeah.
Which is a spell?
Yeah, it is a spell. It's a spell for me, so it has to be a spell for you too.
yeah. Beast sense as well.
Beast sense.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Well, I guess I'll use speak with plants
Okay.
to ask the moss and lichen to guide us through the maze.
Okay.
Tell me about the way.
You mark up your spell, and you say to them, move out of the way of the maze, and then you see the moss and the lichen just sort of scuffles its way away from the carving.
Yeah, specifically to the bits that we're supposed to go in.
Yeah, to like the outside.
It's a very clear path.
Smart move.
Very complicated.
Alright, I'll step forward behind a car and stick my finger onto the bridge
It's
maze.
too tall for you, midget.
No.
Oh shit, is it?
I think
Is
you
it
should
going
let someone with adequate height do it in case it goes up.
I'm not sure you could follow a carved trail with your finger.
Yeah.
I'm not intending to.
Scrubbergog's got the mega jump.
It's my left tee.
Talk to the monkey.
No, don't have
Yeah.
very
Do
jump
you
anymore.
still want to talk to the monkeys?
Yes.
Okay. What do you say to them?
I'll say monkey see, monkey do, monkey do.
And you see the nearest monkey hanging beneath the bridge turn to you and goes, and you feel like it's laughing at the joke, but it doesn't. I mean, you said it in monkey, so it does understand it, and it thinks it's funny. It says, "You fall, funny."
Oh god.
Oh, that was great.
We're all doomed.
Alright, I clasp the
No, I'm ahead of you.
Clasp the midget by the back.
You're talking
Hang
to
on.
monkey.
Okay, so Akal is leading after seeing you clear the carving of the maze. He says, "Oh, thank you. Oh, but it seems there's a bit of damage to the bridge up ahead."
Great.
But he says, "We don't have a choice. This is the only way to do it."
Problems, and I would like you to see solutions.
Well, we can cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oh, fuck a call.
I immediately hoist a car up by the nape of his neck.
Do you really?
Yeah, please no more.
That means that he's lost his place on the path. And
Okay.
the bridge collapses and we're all dead.
No.
You see the statue in the middle of the bridge suddenly turn its head towards you and stand up. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, fucking
Jesus
hell.
Who
Christ.
fucks it? Zach.
Also, why you got my dice though?
No, I didn't bring mine.
But they're mine.
5.
I don't want those when I got mine right here. Switch to the purple.
The purple suits you better, Zach.
It's my paladin dice. Right.
I've got 6.
Sorry, firstly, if everyone's rolled their initiative, 25 to 21st.
I've blocked.
Where's the
The top. Big one.
Alright, no, 18.
So no one 20 to 25.
18,
No.
did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, 20 to 15, just 18. So that's, okay, 15 to 10,
Yeah.
What?
30.
13. Okay, 10 to 5,
6.
6,
5.
6, 5.
Good. All doing well.
Tough stuff.
Okay, first up is Scrubbergog.
As it should be!
You see this huge statue, kind of taller slightly than Scrubbergog, but not as much as the T-Rex zombie. Starts to lumber its way towards you, but you react first. What would you like to do?
Alright, I'm going to use the shield as a bonus action, get it hovering above me.
Okay, you call the shield interaction, so you have plus 2 to your AC. So
Monkey shield.
remember that you have plus 2 to your AC.
Yeah.
Now what?
And
That's
then
bonus action.
So it says I can attack twice. Is that there are 2 javelins or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll grab my hand axe. How far am I away?
You are about, I will say, 60 feet away.
60 feet.
Wow, this is a big bridge.
Yeah, it's about a 100-foot bridge.
And
Cool.
the javelin, so the 2 numbers for the range.
Can't you dash towards
Oh, the first number is regular. The second number is you can still do it, but you're with disadvantage to do it.
Right.
it? You can move 30 feet towards it.
How soon is this bridge? Should we just all run off it and cut off the ropes?
It's
No,
a
we wanna
stone
cross it.
bridge,
Oh, it's a
because
stone
it's got
bridge.
carving.
Ah, okay, right.
Just run towards it and throw the javelin.
Are you on his back still?
I'm not on his back.
I need
Yeah.
to pick you
He
up.
ran past me.
Alright, I'll run 30 metres forward, so
30 feet.
So you're within 30 feet.
30
Yeah.
feet away. And then throw 2 javelins.
Okay, roll your first attack.
So it's 18 plus 6, 24.
You hit. Roll damage with your javelin.
6 plus 3, 6.
Is the damage? Okay, you see the javelin strike into the stone and it goes and bounces off, and it doesn't look like it's taken any damage. It's made of stone, so you presume that's an effect of something made of stone. Like if you threw a javelin at a castle.
You need to batter it.
Excellent.
Oh, wonderful.
Looking
Can't you do
confused.
something like with vines to, to
Looking confused, I throw my hand axe after it.
Okay, roll to attack. I love that you do that while confused.
18 again, so.
You hit, yeah.
regular number.
Roll damage.
24 and d6 plus 3. 7.
Okay, you see the axe connect and go clink and clank clank bounce to the ground. Nothing seems to have damaged the creature.
And then I'm going to use my 10 feet to move backwards 10 feet.
You went forward and you're going to move back.
It's gonna be
So
fun.
that makes you
Amazing.
40 feet away from it, right? Because it was 60 feet. Okay. Next up is Scroungemaw. You've seen this display. You're unsettled.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to look at the creature and think about anything. If I can know anything that might damage it. in my
Okay.
experience.
Make an Arcana check, please.
Who are you asking?
He
5.
wanted to know whether he knew
He's
anything.
asking
A
if
5?
expensive university education.
Okay, with a 5, you conclude that this thing is clearly magical, or based on magic, because it's a stone statue come to life. It's also made of stone, so pointy, sharp things aren't doing much to stone, but you're not sure of what it might be vulnerable to because you rolled a 5.
Okay. So I will stay where I am, or maybe I'll hide behind Maeve.
I think you're ahead of me.
Yeah, but I'll step behind you.
Great.
Hide behind Maeve.
Last
Hide
time
behind
you
Maeve.
I
did
still
this,
want to
you
be
got
able to take a
you
shot.
almost died.
Okay, so I'll say you got plus 6 to your AC.
Sure, that sounds
Cool.
great. And so
Cool.
how far away am I?
Well, you moved back or forward or stayed where you were?
Back a little bit.
By how much?
However far they were behind me.
Well, you're all kind of in a bunch.
Okay.
Except
How,
60 feet is where you are currently at a
okay,
distance.
I'll stay at 60 feet.
That's where you remain.
Okay.
I just want to double check the cover mechanics, but keep talking.
Okay, I'll cast Ray of Frost.
Oh, he casts Ray of Frost. Okay, do that.
Range of 60 feet.
Ooh, lucky.
Um,
Oh, sorry, it's plus 5 to your AC.
That's great. So it's plus 6 to 21.
So
Wow.
you hit with your icy beam, but that hits.
Amazing.
Frigid beam of blue white light streaks
What's
towards
the
creature.
damage?
1d8 and its speed is reduced
By what?
By 10 feet until
Ah,
the start of the next
interesting.
step.
Okay, go for it. Roll the damage.
Oh, I'm 5th level. Sorry, the spell's damage increases by 1d8 when you reach 5th level.
Oh, so you rolled 2d8s. Nice.
Amazing.
So that's 6.
2.
So 8.
One
Eight
of the
is the
dice
total
didn't
damage?
read your hand when you dashed around.
Okay,
That was
the
missed
beam
part.
of cold energy streaks towards it, and you see it start to crystallize over its body, so it moves more slowly, and it takes the damage, but it actually worked, as opposed to the pointy things which didn't, based on your observations, and it is slowed down, but that doesn't look like a large percentage of its health that has gone away.
Right.
So that happened, and you now are wood.
Why don't you get some birds to massage it?
What a great idea. I love these wonderful suggestions you have. They're so constructive. I whispered to the lichen and moss, asking it if it can tell me what the statue is about and what its weakness is.
Okay. Based on the spell, can you remember, like, it can give you... It tells you about the local area. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Question plans about events in the spell's area within the past day, getting information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances.
Okay, so this is a action, I'll say.
Okay.
Well, you already cast the spell before, so I'll say it's a bonus action. And the lichen says in lichen language, by wriggling in a certain pattern, that this is the guardian of the bridge. It only patrols the bridge.
Oh, maybe the eagles will be handy. We just have to go past.
Is that all we want to do?
But also, you use the eagles to get here.
Yeah, I think
So
my...
you're out of eagles.
Okay.
So you're,
Oh,
so you're
God,
down
and
to
you
third
would
level
come.
spells or whatever, right?
Should we just get off the bridge?
We want to go past it.
Okay, we need to get past it.
Let me describe. Sorry, I realized I didn't describe the bridge's dimensions very well.
Maybe the monkeys
So-
can help us.
It's a 100
Monkeys already
foot.
said you fall. Monkeys want us to fall to our deaths.
Well, I think I've got everything around this. I've got the spider climb. We can all climb underneath the bridge and across.
Well, we're holding on to you.
That might actually work.
Well, I can cast it 3 times, but
Oh,
it'd have to happen each turn. You'd have to live till...
Well,
It's
you
gonna
can carry,
cost
you
it
can carry
3
it.
times.
Well, you can carry...
Yeah, you can carry me. Obviously.
No.
Okay, so it's 100 feet long, like I said, and there's a 20-foot gap, it looks like, at the other end that Akal was describing.
Oh.
And it looks like if you were to fall, it's also a 100-foot drop, so you're very high up.
Okay.
There are hanging vines beneath it that have like some monkeys hanging out in them.
Right.
That's the situation.
Okay.
How
Sorry, I
long are
can't
hanging
remember why that
vines?
was relevant. Sorry.
How long are the hanging vines?
Thick and lustrous
How
and
long?
voluminous. Or they cover the entire underside of the bridge.
And how long do they hang down roughly?
Oh, well, they're sort of here by, I'd say, about 5 or 10 feet thick. Cool. Whose turn was it?
Use the vines. It's my main turn, right?
Yes, you used your bonus action to confer with the plant vines.
Yes.
Talk to the moss.
Talk to the moss.
Wood spoke to Moss.
Sorry, what did the moss say?
The moss said that the bridge, that the monster guards the bridge, the statue guards the bridge,
Why
and
don't
all
you try
the
talking
guys.
to the monster?
But it doesn't say how we kill monsters.
No, it says we. I think
Shout
it's
out.
implying that
You don't-
we don't kill it. We have to just get past it. I think that's what the moss is implying. I feel that's a very moss sort of attitude to take towards things.
Just creep slowly but surely past.
That's the best. That's one of the best lines I've heard.
Yes.
I feel it's a very Moss attitude.
Don't believe a word he says. He
I'm
just
gonna-
whispered to some green shit.
Well, some of the lichen is actually grey, so.
Scrubbergog's skepticism echoes throughout the cabin.
Don't find the moss, guys. It's the only thing between us and that.
Try and talk to this dude.
It's a giant statue.
What would you like to do, Wood?
I would like to cast Spider Climb on myself.
Okay.
And then
What level spell is that?
It's a level 2 spell.
Cool. You cast it,
Yes, I cast it on myself.
and it gives you a climbing speed of your regular movement speed, so 30 feet, right?
Sure.
I think that's what it does. So
Yeah.
rather than when you're normally climbing, you need to make athletics checks, and sometimes you move a bit more slowly. I think it just means that you can climb as if you can walk, and
Oh,
you can
no.
also walk on the ceiling.
Yeah,
itself.
exactly.
You
So
could-
I'm going to use it.
You can bait it to the other end, and then we'll come and shove it off.
Yeah, I'm going to climb under the underside of the bridge.
Yep. You use your 30 feet of movement to be on the underside of the bridge. You are now on the underside of the bridge.
Great. Cast.
Cool.
Done.
Maeve.
Where did he go?
Well, you saw him spider climb away.
You know me, you're running away.
Short-term memory is not my forte.
Maeve, what would you like to do? You've come out of your stupor, your reverie.
I don't think I've got much to offer here.
Oh man,
Respect the traditional Irish name.
I'm doing what they taught me in
So what's
school.
our strategy here? Is just try and stealth past.
Yeah.
You'll be pleased to hear my stealth has gone down to -3.
Ah, wonderful.
How's it gone down?
What?
I don't know, I had -1 here, now it's -3. My
What?
survival and
-3?
my athletics.
Is it because you're literally
My
glowing?
insight and my intimidation have gone up. enough, so I could try and intimidate it.
Did you somehow reassign your stats?
I have not done anything. This is just what it's done.
Maybe as you become more powerful.
I think you're not that intimidating.
I mean, I guess if I'm +6 intimidation. So.
Do you have anything to slow it down further?
It's a big rock.
It's a stat.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, I'm saying that's not helpful. I mean, I could jump over it if I've got athletics.
It is
It's
a
taller
large
than a man.
creature. So it's
Very
about
big. Much
10,
taller.
it's about 10, 12 feet tall.
I want to see
What's your
Go
weapon?
Lane try and jump
Do you have a
over.
hammer or something?
I have a great sword, and I could do thunderous smite if we think thunder.
Swords
would
no
work on
good
it.
though.
Well, that's why I can do a fire or a thunder bonus on the sword.
Just swords are crap.
Yeah, magic doesn't seem to do much to it either.
You noticed that your ice beam did what it was supposed to do. It just,
Only
it just
good
wasn't
magic does
a large
that thing.
percentage of its health.
I'm sorry, who's under the bridge? Who is it?
Can you grab a nearby
You hear from the... Who's under the bridge? Who is it?
Piece of shit.
Really confuses me.
You think that the bridge is speaking to you. You can say would if you, I don't know, gave any advice to your party as you climbed under the bridge.
The monster said to get around the monster, not attack it.
There you go.
If I have flying speed, can I fly over it or not that high?
How do you have flying speed?
Because I can cast Radiant Soul on myself and gain wings.
Radiant soul?
Yes.
Then yes, you...
Amazing!
What's your flying speed?
Why was this what you thought of after
Oh,
trying
you're
to intimidate a piece
you're
of
an
grass?
Azimar, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's why she's less stealthy, right? Or whatever it is, less...
Well, no, I think it's because you're wearing heavy
I think it's
armor.
because I'm quite, just
Yeah.
big.
So it's like clang, 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 clang.
Yeah.
But yeah, your flying speed becomes what?
Still 30 feet. And how far away is it now? Still 60.
It's still 60, but you'd be 30 feet in the air. So you'd be above it.
Great.
You may as well fly.
Yeah, fly over it.
Fire it.
Why don't you fly
How many
down
times a day
and,
can you use it?
throw something at
Once
Gary?
per long rest.
Good, so it's a one and done type per day system, so you could use it and you would be a flying armored.
And then you would fall out of the air.
Amazing!
But you would fall like so.
And when
No.
is this?
No, no,
for
like,
one
they're like
minute, actually,
magical
this
wings.
situation takes a long time, doesn't it? How long does a minute actually last? How many rounds?
A minute
Yeah.
is, goodness me,
Oh,
10
it's
rounds.
Yeah, round is
So
like 6 seconds.
that is plenty of time.
Okay.
Okay.
In that case, I'm going to cast Radiant Soul
You see
upon myself.
a glow of white light surrounds her, and these like wings sort of like burst through her flesh, and you hear like a and she looks
Those
more
are the
radiant
monkeys.
than ever before, and I assume you take off into the sky 30 feet.
Take off into the sky.
I think you should go under the bridge.
Yeah.
You hover majestically. Would you like to do anything else? I think that takes your action. Would you like to do a bonus action? Unless it says that it takes a bonus action and I'm incorrect.
No, it's one action.
There you go.
But I also get additional radiant damage if you think that would help.
Oh, so remember that if you choose to attack something.
Yeah.
Cool. That's your movement, that's your thing. Unless you want to speak or interact with an object, you probably don't.
No, my bonus actions I think are only when I'm within distance to attack. So.
Cool. Okay, so the golem's turn. The golem is going to move 20 slowed feet towards y'all. And it is going to... Goodness me, there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, also to be clear, now I've flown up, you're not hiding behind anyone.
No, but he's in front of me.
Okay.
And what's his name? A call. A wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful
that's
guy.
true. 4 on top
Okay,
of all.
it slams the bridge angrily and futilely. You feel it shake. And that's the end of its turn. Scrubber goat's turn. But it has made it, it's now within 40 feet of you.
Scroungers.
No, your turn.
Oh,
Scrubber goat and goobers.
Keep yourselves alive a bit longer and I'll cast Spider Climb on you next turn.
From under the bridge, you can't see us.
Under the bridge, spider climb, go.
I watched it. All the pointing
Where
buttons
the
didn't
climb
work.
sometimes.
Why don't you just punch it in the face?
What?
No, it's okay.
How
I don't know what spell.
Why can't you do your mega jump anymore?
Because I got rid of that power.
Just run 40 feet towards it, punch it between the eyes.
Dude,
Yeah, very
That's some rage.
instead I chose power, it's also useless because you're all wusses and you never do any combat.
Smash it with it.
Sorry,
With your shield.
You never do combat.
I think I try.
Gary, have you ever done combat?
Yeah, come back with my eagles.
No, that's not useful for my wolf.
Uh-huh.
Alright, having seen Over in success, I try and climb around the outside of the bridge.
Good idea, good
Okay,
idea.
make an seeing wood success. You can make an athletics check.
There you go.
21.
Damn.
Okay, you climb under the bridge. Let me tell you if anything.
I think he's climbing on the side. Not
Yeah, I was climbing like
Oh, on the side?
outer railing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now make acrobatics check for me, please.
Ooh. Punchy.
19.
Okay. You feel incredibly confident on these vines, but you notice as well that there are some monkeys occupying the space ahead of you that you'll need to deal with at some point.
Great.
If you continue to go in that direction. Moving on to, that was your movement and your actions, and moving on to, did you want to do anything else that you feel you can do? Scrounge more.
Right. I want to hide behind
What?
a car.
You want to hide behind a car.
I
Okay, you
don't
hide
know.
behind a car. Oh, I thought you went for a car.
No.
What do you mean?
Sorry?
You go sideways, you get some magic.
Now I want to. So I'm hiding behind a car.
Mhm.
I'd like to cast disguise self on myself. And I disguise myself as a monkey.
Good idea!
You hide behind a car, cast disguise self. Can disguise self disguise you as
Just
an
to be
animal?
clear,
I thought it
does
was
this
just
mean we're
human.
now all leaving a call to
Well,
die?
what it says
Fuck a car.
is
How
look
we gonna
different
get-
until the spell ends. Whether it's shorter or taller, it be a thin, fat, or beyond. You can't change your body type, so you must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs.
I'll say because it's a primate,
Otherwise,
sure.
the extension of the illusion is up to you.
Yeah, I mean usually it's a human, but because it's a humanoid, I'll say yeah.
think it's
You're,
quite small.
you're a very sophisticated looking monkey. You're now a monkey.
Just to be clear on our
That's
strategy, though, we're just abandoning a call to his death.
Well, I'm actually going to run off the bridge back the way we came.
So the answer is yes, we're abandoning a call to his death.
Well, he might come with me, but I don't want to go any closer towards this golem. That's for sure.
Okay, so you turn into a monkey and run back the way you came.
If you're a monkey, why can't you climb under with spider friends?
I'm not a monkey. I just look like a monkey.
That is true. You are on the other side of the bridge successfully. You are now on grass.
I'm just chill now. I'm not going to do anything.
Cool. Moving on, wood.
Great.
You are under the bridge. You see a bunch of monkeys ahead of you. They
I'm
look the baboons. They look quite muscular.
great.
In your expert druid assessment, look at the biceps on that baboon. You say to yourself.
Woof.
Oh well.
Okay. Can I hit a call with spider climb from under the bridge?
I mean, if you're on the corner,
Why can't you at least spider climb, you piece of crap?
I'll say you could if you use like 5 feet of your movement to come to the edge of the bridge and get an angle.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll do.
Well, sorry, what's the range on spider climb? Was I like 10 feet or stealth? Touch. So no.
Shit, guys. How do we save a
The
call?
car's fine. He's just
Why do
gonna
you
come
care
back off
about
the
the
bridge.
car?
Because he's leading us to our
Focus
quest.
on killing on the go.
Absolutely nothing.
These guys
useful.
have just fucked off.
Kill the go.
Okay,
What? You're in the sky.
you can
At
use
least
your
I can
free
attack
action to
now,
speak
you're
to
under the
Akal and
bridge.
ask him
No,
what
I'm
he
fine with
intends
that.
to do.
Akal, what do you plan on doing?
He'll be
You see
fine.
Akal,
He'll be fine.
he can't, I suppose, he looks like he's about to climb over the side of the bridge.
Okay.
So what you did, but less gracefully, what Scrubgo did roughly. Perhaps
Okay.
less
Much
strength,
less acrobatically.
less strengthfully.
Okay, so there are some monkeys in front of us.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn myself into a monkey.
You're a spider climbing monkey.
Spider monkey.
But then wouldn't the spider climb be redundant?
Yeah, but
you
then
can still do it.
I just want to get past the monkeys. And
You're a monkey. Use that ability.
He's a
It is
proboscis monkey though. He
consumed.
looks very out of place.
no, the exact same monkey that I've just seen.
You see to the left of you would become a monkey.
Looks like a big nose to me.
Cool. Now what happens?
Oh, I use my new monkey shape to blend in with the monkeys in front of me.
He's off playing with the monkey again.
I'll say a monkey going across vines has 40 feet of movement. It's probably something
Great.
like that.
Wow.
So you successfully go past the monkey. It just sort of looks at you like you're a normal monkey.
Great.
That's the end of your turn. Next turn is Maeve. You did that successfully. I'm sorry I didn't do it more excitedly. You successfully navigated the first monkey.
Yes.
Maeve.
So what's our strategy here? Just get to the side of the bridge.
Get to the other side of the
Let's
We're
see
bridge.
what
leaving
happens.
Lawrence behind.
I'll be fine. I just want to see what's happening.
We'll get him later.
Okay, fine.
I hope this golem just keels over and dies.
Maybe if we're
Classic
all
golem
off the
behavior.
bridge, then it'll stop moving.
Go on,
Okay,
smash
so-
it. Go and do something cool to it.
You're flying.
I don't think I can deal any damage to it, so I guess I just move towards it with the aim to take you go
Well,
past it.
just base it behind it. Yeah.
So
Fly
bad
over
to
it.
try, not everyone.
Just fly over it.
So what would you like to do?
So it's 40 feet away, right?
It made it to within 40 feet of. So yes, 40 feet away from you.
And I can only move 30, so I guess I'll
In
move
the
30
air.
feet.
You move 30 feet, you're 10 feet away from it, 30 feet in the air, and you're floating there. Would you like to do anything else? You successfully fly. It was touch and go there for a sec, but you flew correctly.
I think we can assume the motion is in a straight line, right? So it should be.
Should be like a
I
curve?
think.
You can
Can
now.
I try and do something to
You have an action
to
still.
like
it
work
should be
out
like
what's going on with
40
it?
feet.
Sure.
Do it
You would
like
like to try to understand its motivations. Is that what you're trying to do?
Try and see if it's got any
Yeah.
weaknesses.
Can I do a
You can.
insight?
need the
Insight?
jewel.
You can do an insight check. Yeah, you can. You can. Yeah, do that.
20?
You tear at its jewel eyes, maybe it'll die.
Shut up, monkey face.
14.
What
14
about
is your
monkey
insight?
glass?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Okay. You get the sense that it's taken up a very defensive posture. You get a sort of guard dog feeling from it. Make a religion check.
So we're
It's
going to roll
guarding, it's
Jewish.
guarding something.
Get the dreidel out.
13.
13.
Yes!
You get the sense that this has got a religious connotation, these carvings, this statue, the sort of shrine at the bottom of the statue, but you're not sure to which god, but maybe one that used to inhabit this land. Those are the things that you intuit.
Can we ask, what's his name?
Shout it out.
Carl?
A Carl?
You can ask him a question.
Yeah.
What do you say?
A Carl?
You might have to shout out.
Yeah.
Is this a shrine to a god that used to inhabit this land? That's my story.
Sorry, can
Yes.
I set this straight?
Oh, is this a god? The church will have this land? Says, yes, I'll tell you in a moment.
Not very helpful.
Yeah.
Not,
it's
not
not-
the
it's not
time for
his turn yet.
questions.
Alright,
Okay,
cool.
fair enough. Well, I guess that's all I can do probably.
Cool. Next up is
Good try, is it?
the golem's turn.
I'm not
The
close
golem
enough.
is going to move
I've only
another.
got
How long
million
is he slowed for? Does it say? On ice beam?
Ray of
Icy,
Frost.
icy
Just
beam.
one
Ray of
turn.
Frost.
It's just one turn.
Oh, really?
The start of my next turn, yeah.
Okay, so
Sure.
he can move his normal 30 feet, so he's within 10 feet of who's ever at the front at this point.
It's a
Carl.
A Carl. Okay.
Poor Carl.
Even Major's laughing at him. He's gone now.
It's my bird's eye view.
Okay.
Go down the way.
So you see the golem reach out one of its hands, and you see this like, it's like when you're in the desert, you see like a mirage. The air sort of like ripples ahead of it, and Carl needs to make a saving throw.
Oh shit. I hope our human bait stays alive longer.
Doesn't
Okay,
Carl have any magic?
you see a Carl start to like move in slow motion, and he seems to be affected by the golem's hand, causing him to slow down.
Oh, great.
So that's the end of the golem's turn. Next turn is a Carl, but he's still technically the golem's 10 feet away from a Carl, but he was able to do it from that distance. A Carl's turn. A Carl is going to use their reduced movement to try to climb down, which they do admirably, almost as well as Scrubbergog, but they only manage to make it just underneath the bottom of the
Makes it hard
bridge.
to answer.
Okay.
Maybe it's quite a long question.
That makes it Scrubbergog's turn.
No answer for you.
Just on the other side
Sorry,
of
what
the
was
bridge.
your question? Oh, no, I forgot the question. The question was, this is a shrine to Ubtoa, U-B-T-O-A.
UBTOA. That's all we get.
The Guardian is
Right.
under Ubtoa's influence.
Okay.
And he says it kind of slow motion. Like that. But you managed to interpret it because you're just that sharp.
Cool.
Cool. Next up is Scrubbergog.
Hard to hear over your wings.
Well, they're quite
Yeah.
magical.
Yeah.
So, where am I at the moment? I'm on the edge of the bridge.
You're under the
How
bridge.
far
Fingering
am I?
along the side.
Did you cast anything on me?
No.
Just a...
You're
Yeah.
muscling your way under. You see a muscular baboon ahead of you.
I want to tell the baboons that that one's a fake.
Oh, do you still have your animal speak? How long does it last for?
I think I can just... It's a first level thing, so...
It's a spell, but it has a duration.
You did it at the
It was
beginning.
10 minutes.
Oh yeah, you still got it easy. So you tell the baboon what?
I can tell them that that one's a fake.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Why?
This is not.
This is not conducive
No,
to good
he's got no
gameplay.
persuasive ability.
Two.
So
Hit persuade.
it's absolutely fucked.
It embraces them.
It's
Two.
2.
Okay. You see it sort of cocks its head and doesn't take any action, but is surprised that you spoke to it and doesn't take what you say particularly as gospel. So that was your talky talk. What else would you like to do?
Muscle my way along.
You what your way along?
Muscle.
Okay, so you move, how many, I'll say you move 30 feet, regular speed, because you made your check. So you're going to go past it, make an animal handling check with advantage, because you just spoke to it.
So I
So
can
roll
also
twice and
normally
take the
move
higher.
40 feet. But
Oh, you can? Okay, you can move 40
But you're
feet, that's fine.
crawling along the side of a bridge.
Yeah, I mean, he was very strong. I mean, it's
Oh god.
Should have gone. Fine.
Brilliant.
5.
was that persuasion?
Oh, yeah, no, this is animal handling.
That's 6.
6 in total? Okay, you see the baboon, like, eyes narrow, and it swipes out at you for, what's your AC?
The shield is still there as well.
Okay, it misses and scrapes against the shield. And it goes, "Ah, ah, ah," and it looks like it's upset with you. Next up is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
I think it is. That is Scroungy's turn.
Okay, so I'm a bit back behind a car.
Well, you're at the
No, you're
beginning
off
of
the
the
bridge.
bridge.
Yeah, how
Carl's
far
under
away
the
is
bridge.
that?
Oh, you made 25 feet.
From the yoga. thing.
You're here.
Yeah.
25 feet
Go.
along the bridge is here.
Yeah.
Everyone, Akal is underneath here at the 25-foot mark, but just
Yeah.
under the bridge.
Yeah.
Wood is here 30 feet, 40 feet along,
Okay.
and so is Scrubbergall.
Okay.
And
So
how
that
far
would
away?
be
How far away is the
40,
shrine?
50, you're past the midpoint. They've
Okay.
passed underneath the shrine. You're hovering roughly almost above it.
And where's the golem?
The golem is right above Akal.
Okay, so like 25 feet from me.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to cast.
Well, no, technically not. 35
30
feet, because he cast it from 10 feet.
Okay.
Dun,
I'll
dun, 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 dun.
cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Okay. This is
Oh,
going to
to
be
run
interesting.
past.
So I can. Well, yeah. How much space have I got past this thing?
It's a pretty wide bridge. You're looking at 25, 30 feet.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I want to run up to it, and I'm still. I look like a monkey, and I want to get a sense of how it reacts to seeing me.
Goodness gracious me. This is going to be a performance check.
Wow.
Because you're
Okay.
acting like an actoire, like a monkey.
Oh,
Oh dear.
it's a 5.
5 is your performance check. Okay, so you're at 25 feet. You get to within 10 feet of the golem, and it starts to like turn towards you and look looming ominously. But if you use your other 25 feet of movement,
Great film.
because you got expeditious retreat, then you go you get 15 foot past it, and you go around it, I presume, and it looks at you, sort of still following you, and looks suspicious.
Let's just run all the way straight past.
Okay.
Okay, but expeditious retreat just allows you to do a free dash, isn't it?
Well, so it gives me, when I cast a spell, I get a dash, and then there's a bonus action on my turns until the spell ends, so I get a dash.
Okay, so this turn you just get to do a normal dash, but next turn you could get like 2.5. So you'd go 15, 60, 75 feet next turn.
That's what I'm kind of confused about.
Because you can use your regular action to dash, which means you go an extra 25. And this thing gives you a third movement allotment, which would be 75 feet.
In that case, do you mind if I cast it as a quicken spell? So I
Okay.
cast it as a bonus, so I can still take a regular action.
During this turn or on the next turn?
Can I do that this turn?
Yeah, you can. So then
Okay,
that would
right.
mean that you go the last 25 feet.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do that.
So that
all the
means
way to
that
the shrine
you're
or near the shrine.
15, so 25.
But the shrine
30,
is across
40,
the
you're
bridge.
40 feet past it, so
Okay,
you're
that's
past,
great.
you're past the shrine.
I'm happy.
Cool.
Okay, great.
Next up is wood.
Do you
Right.
investigate the shrine anymore? No way past?
I'd like to look at it, yeah.
I think we should just focus on
We
getting
can.
across the
We'll
bridge.
say that you did that during the
We'll
next
go
turn.
across.
Sorry, what's that?
We'll just focus on getting across the bridge.
Okay.
So how far away from the end of the bridge am I?
You made it.
Did you have black mark
So it's
against your name for the whole
65.
game?
You've got about 35 more feet, but you notice that there's a break
Against the
in the bridge that's about 20 feet, so you'd have to like acrobatic your way across the gap.
Oh, it's a good thing I'm a monkey, eh?
It is good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna acrobat my way across.
Okay, so you can use your action to go extra far.
Is that what I do?
So you could make it basically all the way if
Just
you
get
use your
over
action.
there.
Yeah,
why
I'll
not?
do
But
that.
you need to do an acrobatics check.
But
to
can
see
you
if
actually- I
see
thought
if
you were
can
helping
monkey
me
your
out,
way across.
Carl.
But because you're a monkey, you can do it with advantage.
Okay, cool. 14.
Roll again.
That's 15. 5. So 15.
15. Yeah, you make that jump, and you're at the other side underneath the bridge. So
Amazing!
you're at the end of the bridge.
Great.
Congratulations. Next up is Maeve.
I guess I also fly to the end of the bridge. If we just flew the scene.
I'll say with your dash, you make it 60
That's
feet.
such a
You're hovering at the
typical
other end of the bridge.
Excellent. Well done, Empire.
Moving on to the Golem's turn. Golem is going to turn around and try to chase you, but you're, how many feet did I say? 40? It only makes it 30. Did I, wait,
I forget.
it's 25, then another 50, but it's 40, so it makes it, you're 40 feet ahead, it makes it 30, because that's its movement, and we're going to see if it can use its slow thing on
It's
you.
going to slow me.
Oh no.
It's cocked. Okay, it gets its slow thing back, so it holds its hand out towards you. You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
No.
Oh dear.
Whatever wisdom is. No, we're not.
Top left.
8.
8. Okay. You feel yourself slow down. You can't take reactions. Your speed is halved. So if your expeditious retreat were to give you 75, you have whatever half that is. You can't use reactions. You can't make more than one attack in a turn. You can take either an action or a bonus action, but not both. The effect lasts for 1 minute, and you can repeat your saving throw at the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Cool. That happens. Next up is Akal. Akal's going to use his slowed movement to try to move and also negotiate with this baboon, which he does successfully. He's sort of like at the halfway point. Next up is Scrubbergo. I forget. Oh, you're kind of with.
I'm under the bridge.
You
I
were
was
where
promised
wood.
a spider spell, but wood did nothing of that sort.
You are where wood
think you're
used to
fine.
be.
I think maybe I would have given you the spider some before you tried to stick the monkeys on me.
I didn't try and stick it on you.
I think you did.
So yeah, you're
It's not my
about
fault you're trying to have monkey sex.
you're about like 40 feet, 30 or 40 feet away from
I'll
the end.
just carry on until. Yeah.
Okay, make acrobatics check for me, please.
9.
9. Okay, with an acrobatics check of 9, you jump to make it to the other side of the bridge, but slip and start to fall 100 feet.
Got my shield there.
So we'll see what happens to you. Because it's like 6 seconds, let's say you fall, I'll say 30 feet. Okay, so you're in midair. Next up is Scroungemore. You don't see this because you're on top of the bridge.
Okay, so
Wood sees this, and Akal
No,
sees
I'll only
this.
fall 15 feet at normal, if we have normal gravity.
Oh, are you sure about that?
You
Okay,
said
then-
1 second, right?
No, each round is... Actually, yeah, that would have been about 1 second. Okay, let's say you fell 15 feet. If you know terminal velocity, far be it from me to question you. Go on.
can you clarify how the slow works with my expeditious retreat?
Yeah, so basically it's halved. So if you use your bonus action
thanks,
to
Will.
dash, your regular action to dash, so you get 3 movements,
Yeah.
that total is just half.
Okay, sure, but I don't get an action and a bonus action.
No, you can only do 1, so it would
So
be
you're
50, so it would be 25. So you're back to like normal movement speed.
Okay.
But you made it a considerable distance.
I'll still do 25, that
So
sounds...
it's like,
Too
the
bad.
first one was
Good thing Maeve's got
75.
wings.
Plus 25, yeah, you're at the
If I
end.
can get there in
You're at the end of the
time.
bridge. But we'll say that you took a glance at the shrine, there was it's just a corpse, it's a skeleton.
No, I'm
Yeah.
checking
And
what the spell does.
There's no other like jewels, the only jewels are in his eyes. You don't notice any valuables.
We really should have thought about these monkeys' eyes sooner.
I didn't mention it.
Yeah, we didn't do anything
So
about
what's
it.
the spell you like?
The
Just has shiny
monster
eyes.
has shiny eyes that are
Okay,
jewels.
I've run to the end of the bridge
Mhm.
with my slow down movement, and then I'm happy there.
You're there. Okay, cool.
And do I get to re-roll my save?
Yes, you do.
3.
Wisdom saving throw of 3, you still feel slow. Next up is Wood. You see Scrubbergog fall 15 feet while trying to jump the gap.
Oh god.
With visions of her like stabbing your giant eagle running through your head.
Please.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. How do I? Is my speak with plants still active?
How long does it last?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Then yes.
I asked the vines to grab her.
Okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
would say
Inspired.
that because it's within, and I said they're about 10 feet, yeah, you just get grabbed by a vine around the ankle, very fortunately.
You fortunate piece of shit.
Would you like to do anything else?
No.
You make some sarcastic monkey noises and move on. Maeve's turn. You were unaware of the drama that just took place. You see panting Scroungemore make it to the other end of the bridge in slow motion.
Okay, but the golem, as far as we know, is not chasing after him.
Well, it probably will.
Well, the golem we'll see on its turn.
Okay.
I think
What can we see ahead of us at the trial?
Oh, you see thick foliage and wood. Like it's just a bridge over a river that has thick jungle on either side.
What should I do, guys?
Help me
Just go
out.
into the wood. You can climb up yourself, scrub a couple. You can manage that one on your own.
Yeah, I think you managed that.
What I've learned is that half-orc barbarian has so few powers. This one's flying, no reason.
It's called piety.
Well, should I just fly over and see what's
the
so I
jungle.
can see?
Yeah.
Bird's eye view.
I guess you could go back and get what's his face.
Come pick me up.
The collar.
Can I carry him or a call?
He's made it to the other end of the bridge. Akal is under the bridge and you don't currently see him. You can go look. That would take your...
My good friend the car. No! Keep moving.
Or should I just go and get a bird's eye view then?
Yeah.
So I can see? Okay, so I'm going to fly over the forest.
Do you fly up higher to get a better view?
And can I do another insight check to see what I can see below?
Let me just look at my map here. You can do so you're 60 feet in the air now. You can make a survival or perception check. It's up to you.
Okay, I will do a survival check.
What's the glasses?
Yeah, fucking hell. 2
Wow.
plus 5, 7.
Okay, with a 2, you notice south of you, the river... 7. With a 7, you notice the river continues south of you, and it seems to be coming from a large ocean to the north of you. There is forest on the east side, and a sort of wasteland, much less lush area to the west.
So many insights that the map didn't give us. Oh wait.
Well, it was a 7.
Sorry, guys.
Cool,
That's
right.
right.
Let's move on, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the golem's turn. The golem seems to stop its pursuit and walk back towards its dais.
Because we're all off the bridge.
Akal's turn. Akal is under the bridge,
Yes.
and he just needs to make that jump, which
Oh,
I am
God.
going to do a little checkaroonie on.
Poor
Goodness
Akal.
gracious me.
Carl's going down. They'll never find the gauntlet of what's her face.
It's fine, there's got to be some more vines, right? We'll
Yeah.
grab
Here
a
we
roll
go.
and catch him.
Leaps with ease.
Ah.
And, he can do a slow check, which he fails, so he makes it just to the end of the bridge. You're at the other end of the bridge.
Hooray!
So I'll say we're out of combat and you're on the other side and you're both slowed, but over time you become unslowed. Conclusion.
Great.
So you sleep, you get all your spells and healing back.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
So
Hooray!
we know where you are.
No longer monkey. So we've crossed.
You're
the
you're basically at the X, right?
Yes. So we passed the bridge. We're on this side of the river.
Where?
I love sleep.
Ataz, Mohaha.
Yes. We're here now.
Whew, that was tense.
You
I believe in protecting religious minorities.
Religious
Minorities.
Oh, is
As
that one of the
protector
things you
as well.
believe in?
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose
so.
golems that have been that are somewhat related to a god is a minority.
Also, I think the monkeys would have attacked us if
Well,
we
he's
tried to
summoned
the
to protect
eyes.
his god, and I respect that as someone who, is
A religious warrior.
Nice.
divine authority from my uncle.
Yeah.
So,
That's what they all say.
Imbued with divine authority from their own god is what they all say.
well, I've got a radiant soul.